Welcome to the Coach Jake Gaines Show, sponsored today by WC Wright & Sons. I'm your host, David Simpson. And joining me on the couch is head football coach Jake Gaines. Coach, that was a 15-round fight Friday night.
It was good. It was a gut check. We got it early, which is what you want, because at the end of the day, we are playing for November. Every game's important. It obviously had a lot of hype, a lot of stuff surrounding it, but getting in the playoffs and then making a run is our goal, and that's what we talk about and preach around here. So getting tested early, facing a lot of adversity, all week, game night, all that stuff, it was important that we saw that and we overcame it and were able to get the win. So I'm really proud of our guys.
Before we really dig into the details of the game, the pregame atmosphere, there was a lot of things going on, a lot of crowd. Was you able to see some of that before the game started?
Yeah, I saw, I got to see a good bit before the game. Be honest, during the game, I did not even get to see the Jumbotron one time. And that's just because I've got to stay locked in, and that's just kind of how I was as a player and now as a coach. I'm just constantly worried about what's happening on the field right now. But before the game, I saw the tailgate show y'all were doing. I got to see the students behind y'all. I did a couple interviews with some TV stations, and it was just a really, really cool atmosphere. I thought the fans were piling in. I would say by 5:30, 5:45, it was almost full on our side. The people in the tents started showing up, and man, I thought those tents out there in the party pad looked awesome.
Good. The whole stadium looked nice.
Yep.
One note, Coach Randy Day, very first high school coach in Moody history, was tickled to death to meet you. We did get some photo ops, and can you just share that a little bit?
It was a surreal moment. You had told me he was going to be there, and so when I finally got to meet him, I thought, this guy started this football program. And just to shake his hand, and we were on the field that he plowed and dug and did all that for. I mean, and now it's this new Predator, artificial turf, and it just was a really surreal moment for me just to kind of sit back and say, you started it, now I'm trying to keep it going. It was pretty cool.
It was a great moment for sure. Let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
We were really didn't know what to expect from Pell City, and they came out in a double wing, triple option that just kind of shocked a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it shocked us. They did a good job of keeping that under their belt. The double wing, triple option is something that you have to prepare for. It does a few things. One, it kind of it keeps your offense off the field because you're able to get 3 yards, 4 yards first down. You're able to kind of control the clock and manage it that way. And the other thing is, you got to play sound football. You got to tackle the dive, then you got to tackle the quarterback, and then you got to get the pitch. And so we have not repped the triple option. I don't think since I've been here we've faced a team that has run that. We've seen the read option and some RPO stuff that people do now where there is a pitch, but that was different. They're foot to foot, hand in the dirt, firing off the ball.
Old school.
And they did a great job. We made some really good adjustments at halftime. I was proud of our staff and our kids, and we kind of came out and got them out of that in the second half. But, no, I mean, they shocked us with that. But, again, I'm proud of the way we handled that, especially up front. I thought our guys did a good job and just getting the ball to the next play. Spot the ball and get it to the next play and give us a chance.
One thing, looking back now, that first drive, holding them to 3 points was so huge. So you did great in adjustments early on that offense they were running.
Yeah, Coach Campbell, myself, and the other defense coaches on the headset, and we're just throwing stuff as it's going. We're trying to get in the right defense. We ended up, taking a timeout or having a heat timeout right around there towards the end of the drive. We were able to make a really good adjustment to hold them to fourth down and hold them to a field goal.
So we had one possession in the first quarter. I think -2 yards. So
3 plays.
Yeah, they pretty much controlled the clock the first quarter. Second quarter kind of starts. We're still offensively not finding our groove. They go up 10-0. Finally, we get the offense back and we are rolling. And Charlie finally finds Braden Wright for a 62-yard touchdown pass. Kind of explain the play call if you can on that.
Absolutely. So he was looking at a sail route that was coming from the left side right there, and his mental clock went off. He did a good job. He read the pocket. He got out. Braden finished his route, which is a backside post, and the DB fell down and Charlie had his eyes downfield, was able to throw it, took a shot right there after he threw it. Braden caught it and got the touchdown. It was a good job, good protection up front, and our receivers do a really good job playing away from the ball, even if they're not the tag or the throw based on the read, that they run the route 100%, do what you're supposed to do, and Braden was able to find a touchdown right there.
It was a beautiful sight from being up in the press box, seeing that, unfold.
Yeah.
So we go into half down by 3. You have to come into halftime. You have some adversity there. So your top running back is out, and you have to rely on your backup. So what did you talk to the team at halftime to prepare for the second half?
Yeah, so, losing Blaine was tough, and I do want to say, Blaine, made a tackle out of bounds on an offensive punt formation that we run, and a spectator, he wasn't a coach, he wasn't a player, runs up to him and shoves him, gets in his face, and so Blaine knows what he did was wrong. Blaine's a really, really good kid, and outside of football, nobody would have thought twice about his reaction when a grown man, runs up to you and pushes you and gets in your face. You're going to react, and so Blaine's, our overall man, probably our best player. It's no secret. My players know that, and teams are going to try to get in his head pregame, during the game, and just pick and poke at him. And this will be his turning point and his learning lesson really for his future, because he's going to have a long future in this sport, and he's got to understand that his emotions can't overtake him to where he puts his team in jeopardy like he did, and he understands that. But again, I did want to clarify that a non-coach, non-player was the one who run up, gets in his face, and pushes him right there on the sideline in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And it was an unfortunate deal. And but again, so we come in at half, we make some adjustments on offense, we kind of change up our philosophy and our scheme of what we're going to do, and we went out in the second half and executed.
So we had we took the opening second half kickoff, had a good drive going, then we have the turnover.
Yep.
So our defense is back on the field.
Yep.
They start driving. They actually fumble.
Yep.
We thought we had the ball, but they ruled him down. I think maybe 2 or 3 plays, then they did fumble, and Chase took it back to the house for 90 yards, I believe, and got the momentum swung in our way.
He did. Yeah, that was a huge play. We talked about on defense putting the fire out. So whenever there's an adverse situation, offense, a turnover, or maybe we give up a return, and the field is short, our defense has got to go put the fire out. And that's something we challenged them with this year, because last year we weren't very good at that. And we put the fire out twice, 2 different times, 2 turnovers, and we're able to get a stop. But huge play. Caleb Goff gets it out. Chase scoop and scores, and big momentum shift. Unfortunately, the very next play we give up a kickoff return. We had great coverage all night. We had 5 kickoffs. Junior did a great job. Should have had 2 touchbacks, put the ball inside the 10 right where we wanted it every time. And if you go watch the tape, man, our coverage, we got about 5, 6 guys right there. And that guy just hits a crease. We don't make the play. Our safety on that side, because of the long score, we have 2 defensive players that we pulled from kickoff who are the safeties who would safety out normally and be there, and we had to just put an offensive guy out there because they had just run 99 yards chasing Chase, and that ultimately cost us. So I take that one. I told the team in our meeting today, I take that one. But overall, I thought our kick coverage was pretty good. So we back and forth right there, flip the momentum, then they flip it back, and then we're kind of having to answer that adversity.
So we get the ball back. I think they punt to us, and we are deep in our territory. And Charlie and the offensive guys put a good possession going, and he starts throwing the ball. And I believe Abram Jackson finally takes it in to put us up 21-17 at that point. Talk about Abram. You're trusting him. He fumbles.
Yep.
His first possession, second half, and you just kept going with him. Sometimes coaches want to pull him after a fumble, but you stuck with Abram, and he really stepped up.
Yeah, Abrams, he played a lot last year, but he's had a great offseason. We knew we were going to lean on him. We obviously didn't think it would be that much in game 1, but he fumbles the first possession he's in as the guy, and kind of thinking to myself like, oh boy, But he comes back, he responds. He has some really tough runs. Doesn't really break any huge explosive plays, but gets us multiple first downs, and then we run counter right there at the end, and we're able to crease it and get a touchdown, which was huge.
It was huge, but before that, Charlie threw to Aiden Robinson on an 18-yard touchdown pass to give us a 21-17 lead. Fourth quarter starts, and then Abram Jackson takes it in. And we're up actually 28-17.
Yep.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're feeling. The fans are starting to get into it on our side. But then Pell City comes back and just starts – it starts again as another 15-round fight.
Yeah, it was back and forth all night, and with all the different adversity and circumstances our kids face, that's what I'm most proud of, that we were able to find a way to win. You know, some teams you don't just have that, and it doesn't just happen overnight. You know, our kids, I said it probably 18 interviews after the game. I felt like every media person was there from Alabama, but our closest win last year in 9 regular season wins was 22 points, and we were not tested. Our only test, we lost.
Yeah.
We lost by 1 to Leeds. So we go in the playoffs. We sneak by Jasper by 8 points. That was getting shaky at the end, and then we go to Arab and get our tails kicked. So we needed that. I didn't want it. I don't want that. Like I if you want, I want to win every game by as bad as we can win, but our kids and our coaches and our fans, everybody, we needed that. And that adversity we were able to overcome. We talk about sinking our roots, you know, being that tree that you see on a random island in the ocean that just gets by hurricane, and it never goes down. It's because every time a storm hits, it just sinks deeper. And that's what our team does, and that's what we did this summer. And, man, I'm really proud of our guys for that.
So we had 5 minutes to go in the game. We get the ball. We really don't do anything. We punt to Pell City. They're in good field position. The game's getting on the line. We're down. You know, they're driving. They had a play that the receiver slipped. Becomes 4th down.
Yep.
The clock's running. They're out of timeouts. Barack Willis. Just talk about Barack Willis, because that was just a special play for Moody.
So Barack, you know, he's a freshman, just turned 14 not too long ago, and you know, you knew just based on his size and speed, you know, the kid can fly, and just all those intangibles, he would be pretty good. But man, like, the lights came on, he became a gamer. You know, we're still teaching him how to practice. We're still teaching him how to strike and use his technique, but getting after the quarterback is something that he does naturally. And so we kind of drew that up. Now, I wouldn't say in the dirt, but we drew that one up in the huddle right there, and we executed it, and we got the game-winning sack. So super proud of him. He's got a long way to go. That kid's going to be special, and he's going to work extremely hard. And but no, I'm proud of everybody, you know, and Charlie especially, you know, going through the game, just watching his poise. You know, he dealt with some bad snaps. He overthrows his first pass on the second play by about 6 yards, something that he hits every day like it's nothing. I mean, just the nerves that he was feeling first game, record-setting crowd, probably felt too much weight on his shoulders, but he carried it well, and he did a good job, and he made some throws. And, again, his poise was unbelievable, and he's only going to get better.
He is. So he had a good night. I mean, he was 9 for 17, 187 yards, 2 TDs. That's not bad for his first night at the Bill. Abram Jackson had 16 carries and 56 yards. Not too bad either. So, but the big thing is Braden Wright, 3 catches for 117 yards. So that's awesome as well. So when we come back, we need to take a commercial break. When we come back, we want to preview we want to talk to some of the players, but we also want to preview Sylacauga coming up. So at this time, we'll take a break. I want to thank our sponsor, W.C. Wright & Sons, for their support of Moody Blue Devil football.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Over the middle.
Hey, that rookie corner? We were boys in college.
For real?
Well, I'd see him on campus a ton.
Oh, yeah?
I'd say, hey. He'd say, what? What's up? Because he usually was listening to music, because he loves music. You guys probably don't know that about him. Well, you know, we're friends.
Welcome back to the Coach Jake Gaines Show, sponsored today by W.C. Wright & Son. Joining me now is junior wide receiver Braden Wright and senior defensive back Chase Jackson. Braden, great game Friday night.
Yes, sir.
You had 3 receptions for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Your thoughts about the offense kind of being slow during the first quarter?
Yes,
I think
sir.
we had -2 yards.
Yes, sir.
Finally, in the second quarter, we got the offense rolling. On the touchdown pass, looks like the defender fell down. I mean, or you just outmaneuvered him to get open. Can you kind of explain that play, what the play was called, if you can?
All right, so the play before, I had a false start, and then he was just running his mouth. So I was like, all right, I got him now. So he called. I had a post on the backside, so I was running, and I guess he just slipped. I don't know at all. And then I was looking at Charlie, just throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. And I caught it, and I was just, I got to score, I got to score.
Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful play, beautiful catch and run for the TD. Also, you were on another drive. I'm not sure of the down, but you were open and you broke a couple of tackles to get a big gain to get that first down and keep that drive going. So finally, we got up 28-17. Your thoughts of the offense and their defense? Was it panic at any time, or was just, hey, keep staying with the game plan? Good things will eventually happen.
Yes, sir. I was just talking to everybody. I was like, we just got to stay calm, stay calm. Can't get nervous, anything like that.
So are you ready for this week with Sylacauga? Have you able to watch any film on them and study them any?
Oh, yes, sir, I have.
Are you ready for the –
Oh, yes, sir, I am.
Well, good deal.
Yes,
well, congratulations on a great game Friday night. We're looking forward to another big game for you this Friday night at Sylacauga.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to talk to senior defensive back Chase Jackson. Chase, what a game for you. You had 3 solo tackles, 4 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 fumble recovery.
Yes, sir.
You took that fumble to the house 90 yards. So during the game, they were moving the ball offensively. They kind of changed their offense from what you had prepared for them.
Yes,
so it was a critical moment. I believe, scored and had the ball, had the turnover. They were moving the ball. I believe, I was talking to Coach earlier, I believe that they fumbled and we recovered.
Yes, sir.
They said he was down. So like 2 plays later, he fumbled again.
Yes,
and it looked like I was watching the replay, you were trying to get it. Yes, so was it just excitement knowing the ball was there and you had wide open field? Kind of explain the play.
Well, I caught a cramp. Like, I caught a cramp in both of my legs. So I was about to fall on it, but I was like, no, I got to take it to the house. So, yeah, and KG, he's a dog. So, like, he always get the ball out. We've been practicing that all week, like, just get the ball out in pursuit character. So I just ran up, and I just saw it come out, and I just had to take it to the house.
I saw Amon kind of help escort you in there at the end zone. The fans were going crazy. So it's a big momentum changer for us during the game. But, fourth quarter is tight. They have the ball with a chance to win the game. Your thoughts on that last drive, holding them for 4 downs in the very last play of the game? What was you thinking when they had the ball with like 3 minutes to go in the game?
I just know our defense, like, we always, like, we want the pressure on us at all times. So, like, I just know our defense, like, I trust them so much. So, like, we're going to get a stop. So I wasn't really nervous or nothing. So, like, I knew it was going to get a stop.
It was a big win for the Blue Devils. Sure. It was a great game for you. So talk a little bit the recruiting process. I know you committed to Coastal Carolina.
Yes,
what about Coastal Carolina that made you commit this year?
Well, my dad just passed away, so I always, like, I was going to go far away, but when my dad died, I always, like, I didn't want to get a call that my mom died, and I had to come back for far away. So I just always, like, I just wanted to stay closer. And then when I went to Coastal, like, they made me feel at home, so I would just stay.
Well, they have a new coaching staff, I believe.
Yes,
so I'm sure they saw the film on Friday night, so I'm sure they're excited for you and the great game you had. Friday night, it's a non-region game. You're on the road. Defense is good as advertised. What's your thoughts about Sylacauga and the offense they run?
I haven't got a chance to watch their film yet, but they'll be a pretty good team. So, we just have to make the main thing be the main thing and just go out and play.
That's great. So looking forward to a good game for you.
Yes, sir.
As again, we're on the road, traveling to Sylacauga. Hope to have a big crowd there, the 411 Nation. You can also watch the game on the 411 Network through Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and Roku. So we look forward to having a lot of people viewing the Blue Devils this week. Once again, I want to thank our sponsor, WC Wright & Sons. This has been the Coach Jake Gaines Show.
As respected industry leaders, we are here,
working hard for you
in an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine
and excellence in sports injury prevention.
We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here
to help keep your kids and family
safe and healthy.
We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Hey, that rookie corner? We were boys in college.
For real?
Well, I'd see him on campus a ton.
Oh, yeah?
I'd say, hey. He'd say, what? What's up? because he usually was listening to music because he loves music. You guys probably don't know that about him. Yeah, we're friends.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer? Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
Welcome back to the Coach Jake Gainer Show, sponsored today by WC Wright & Sons. Coach, we're on the road, a non-region game against Sylacauga Aggies. Chris Smelly, I believe he's back in as a head coach, was at American Christian for several years. Now he's trying to rebuild the program at Sylacauga. Yep. Have you able to see any film on Sylacauga and see what they run?
Yep. So we we swap film. So we have their Winona game. Winona is a good football team. They're very athletic, very fast, and they did some good stuff on offense. They get the ball to their playmakers and they let them go make plays. The one thing I saw from the tape was that I didn't see last year necessarily was, man, those kids fought to the end. Coach Smelly, you can tell in 1 year has already kind of got them bought in the fact that just play hard. Last year you looked at that Sylacauga team and talent-wise and size-wise, you're like, man, these guys, they should be better than they were. And I'm not – no shade at a former coach or coaches or anything like that. It just, for whatever reason, didn't feel like they played as hard as they could. And this year I think they've got that fixed. So it's going to be a tough road matchup for us, and we're excited for the challenge.
They're also a 5A school, and I believe they're in Region 4 also. So is there anything you do different when you travel on the road? Is you keep the same schedule? Yep. Are the players more relaxed knowing that they don't have to get caught up in some of the student body activities or anything like that? Or is it just, hey, we're staying on our typical game day week schedule?
Yeah, so the schedule stays the exact same. Yeah, the only thing that changes is we'll move pregame meal up to whatever time we want to leave our facility to get to their place, and then we carry on like normal, like we're at home. Walk the field, stretch, all that kind of stuff stays the same. So that's the only thing that moves up is just your time. When do you eat, and then when do you leave? But we'll keep it very similar to last week in terms of practice. Last week we were limited by the heat on when we could wear pads, how long we could practice. So we shouldn't have those limitations this week. But our kids handle that well, so we're going to look at changing practice and shortening a day or two. But last week we only practiced on the field for 2-3 hours total just because of the heat and all that stuff. So we'll be able to get a lot more tackling in pads and do a lot more things like that, but keep them off their feet as well.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you for your time today. We're looking forward to next week or this Friday when you travel to Sylacauga. For those traveling to Sylacauga, it's 701 North Boulevard Avenue, Legion Stadium there in Sylacauga. Also, if you're not making the trip, you can watch on the new 411 network. Game time will probably start around 6 p.m. We'll go live there. So we're looking forward to having a good crowd, 411 Nation, following the Blue Devils down to Sylacauga. Again, thank you for watching the Coach Jake Gainer Show, sponsored by WC Wright & Sons. Adversity, character. Those two words were mentioned a lot last Friday night as the Moody Blue Devils came from behind to beat the Pell City Panthers 28-24. Adversity was overcome when Abram Jackson stepped up and led the ground attack in helping the Blue Devils win. Character. The character of this team rose to the occasion and never quit when it had been easy to give up. The character of the team is a defense and offense working together to win a football game when their backs were against the wall. Tonight, they are right back in the arena, on the road here in Sylacauga, taking on the Aggies. It will not be easy. The last time Moody won on the road here at Sylacauga was in 2009. Sylacauga has a new coaching staff, led by new head coach Chris Smelly. Coach Smelly has been a successful head coach, leading American Christian for 7 seasons and winning 65 games. Hello, everyone. I'm David Simpson, the voice of the Moody Blue Devils, alongside Brett Staggs and the big man on the sideline, Willie Strickland. We welcome you to Legion Stadium, home of the Sylacauga Aggies. And tonight we're already starting with some adversity in the form of weather. It is a steady rain here at Legion Stadium. The crowd for the Aggies is very light. Moody folks are starting to come in the stadium. So we'll have to deal with adversity again in form of a steady rain. Looks like it's going to be all night long. We're glad you're joining us tonight on the 411 Network. Again, I have Brett Staggs and Willie Strickland joining me as our broadcast team. Guys, Brett, what do you think with this weather? It's old school football and playing in the rain.
Old school football, and when I was in high school, I had my hand on the ground, so I'm excited for a game, expecting to see this one won or lost in the trenches. So Blaine Burke, our star back, will be back on the field tonight. Good to see him get some carries, see our defensive line make some stops at the line of scrimmage. This is my kind of football. We didn't get to play a whole lot of offense last week with the way that Pell City ran their offense. They really took a lot of time of possession, but excited to see what the Blue Devils put out on the field tonight.
Let's go down quickly to Willie before we get into our game day picks. It's kind of going to be a different setup tonight, folks. We are in a press box right now, but when kickoff comes, me and Brett will probably move outside of the stadium due to the cameras. We cannot get those cameras wet, so we will be outside here eventually at kickoff. But we're glad you joined us for Game 2 of the 2023 season. Willie, give us an update on what you have down there on the field.
Well, at the rate we're going, we were extremely hot last week.
Good point.
We are very wet this week, and by the end of the season, I predict that we will be playing in the snow.
Well, that will be fun, long as we're in the press box with heaters.
I've been through that. But you know what? I can handle this. This is actually not the worst rain I've ever covered a football game in. I can tell you a story about that, but we'll talk about that later.
It just looks from the press box here. I don't know how it looks on the camera. It looks like a very steady light rain. Can you?
Yeah, it's tolerable. But the guys got to make sure they take care of the football. That's going to be on both teams,
yes, sir.
Special hours. But this is tolerable. This is definitely not the worst that I've been in.
Before we really get in depth of the game analysis, I did want to do a shout out of the players of the week for the Pell City game. On offense, we had senior running back Abram Jackson, 16 carries, 56 yards, and 1 TD. Also, junior Braden Wright, 3 receptions, 117 yards, and 1 touchdown. On defense, led by Chase Jackson, 3 solo, 4 assists, 7 total tackles, 1 fumble recovery for a TD, 90 yards. And the freshman, 14-year-old freshman, Barack Willis, total tackles 9, 6 solo, 3 assists, and 2 sacks, and the big one coming at the end of the ball game.
Yes, sir.
Brett, you got some stats on the whole team. Who was the leading tackler for the Blue Devils?
Yeah, Zane Smith, and we mentioned early on in the football game that we seem to be calling his name a lot. Zane Smith came out with 13 solo tackles, which is incredible, 4 assisted with 17 total. Mark him down for 1 tackle for loss as well. This is a young man that was flying all over the field. I mentioned C.J. Doss last week. He really reminded me a lot of C.J. Doss, meaning every time I saw the Pell City Panther on the ground, Zane Smith was somewhere in the mix. So he had an incredible football game. Got to give him some love with 17 total tackles in week 1 against Pell City.
Anybody on offense you want to recognize?
Yeah, Charlie Johnson came out 9 for 17 with 187 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. I think we noticed he had some struggles, and even Coach Gaines talked about that in the Coach Gaines show. He had some struggles in the first drive getting the ball where he wanted it to go. But I think when we saw him settle in, scramble from the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, and make that beautiful pass to Braden Wright for the first touchdown of the Moody Blue Devils football season, he really settled in and started playing his football. Braden Wright again with 3 receptions for 117 yards. That's incredible. And I also want to give a shout-out to Caleb Goff on the defensive side of the ball. Caleb, he's really more than playmaking. He's taken a lot of the leadership role in this defense as well. When we check out of our base defense and go to that really 4-2-5 style defense, Caleb Goff is taking on that star position. So he's got to make a lot of pre-snap calls. He's got to move a lot of places. He's got to make sure his team is set. He had 11 total tackles, but more than that, his thumbprint was on that game with his leadership of the defense. And so definitely shout out to Caleb Goff. They call him KG. We heard that from Chase Jackson that he's a dog, and we got to see that last week, so excited to see that again tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Brett, for that information.
Yes, sir.
Right now we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back. We're going to do our game day picks, so everybody can get ready and make our picks. We'll do the who won last week. We do not have a guest picker tonight due to the fact we're on the road, hopefully next home game we'll have somebody that will help us out on that. So right now we're going to take a quick break and thank our sponsors. Again, you're watching Moody Blue Devil Football on the 411 Network.
Want to know why it's hard to stop a train? It's how we've invented products that reinvented our world. It's how we test as hard as the elements do. It's how we run.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
Contact local agent Bart Perry for an auto quote today.
One might be tempted to say, excuse me, Mr. Grill Man, there appears to be a little extra burger on my burger. You're dang right there is. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Contact Bart Perry for an auto quote today.
Welcome back to the 411 Network. You're watching Moody Blue Devil Football, Game 2, non-region matchup between your Moody Blue Devils and the Sylacauga Aggies. Tonight we're going to do our game day picks. Willie is with a poncho and an umbrella because the rain seems to be coming down a little harder. We're going to do our game day picks. We have 8 games to pick tonight. Last week, Brett Staggs was the winner, picking 6 games correctly. Willie was in second with 4, and I was tied with Willie with 4. And our guest picker, Coach Randy Day, was also tied with us with 4 wins as well. So this week we're going to do St. Clair County games and Region 6 ball games. Some of them some of the opponents are St. Clair County schools, but they are also in Region 6. The first game tonight, Asheville Bulldogs is traveling to the Lincoln Golden Bears, who is a Region 6 opponent. Willie, who do you have in this game?
I'm going to go with Lincoln with this one. One, they're at home, and 2, Lincoln's full of athletes, and we know that Asheville's a young and upcoming team.
Okay. Brett?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Golden Bears as well. Asheville went down to St. Clair County last week. Lincoln won pretty big, so I've got Lincoln by a pretty wide margin, so I'm taking the Golden Bears this week.
I'm going to take Lincoln as well. Asheville, I heard, has total of 31 players total, which that plays into a lot of depth, a lot of kids going both ways. Early in the season with the heat, that could play into getting tired and such. So I'm also going with the Lincoln Golden Bears over Asheville. Game 2, we have the St. Clair County Saints, also a Region 6 opponent, traveling to corner the Yellow Jackets. Willie, who do you have in this one?
St. Clair seems to have some momentum. The coach is doing a great job with that program so far. I personally am glad to see that they got a victory last week, and I believe they'll get them a victory this week also. I'm going to pick St. Clair to win on the road at corner.
Okay. Brett?
You're going to disagree with me on this one, Big Willie. I've got Corner winning this game. Corner played a close game last week against Jasper, which is actually pretty impressive. I'm giving them the edge over St. Clair County this week, especially at home.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm going to go with the Saints as well. I think they have some youth. They're starting a freshman quarterback, but they also have 2 8th graders in their rotation playing on the varsity this year, which is very unusual for 5A ball. But like Willie said, they do have momentum. I'm picking St. Clair County Saints to defeat Corner Yellow Jackets tonight. Game 3, Whitesburg Christian at Victory Christian Lions. Willie, who do you have?
I fully expect Coach Terry Etheridge and Victory Christian to have a game from last week. I'm picking Victory Christian this week.
Okay. Brett, who do you have?
Again, we can't seem to be on the same page tonight, Willie. I know it's tough to pick against Victory Christian. Both teams coming off of a loss, but doing the best research I could, I've got Whitesburg Christian over Victory tonight in a tough game.
And I'm going to agree with Brett. I'm going to go with Whitesburg Christian over Victory Christian tonight. I think Terry will get that program turned around. I think he may have some depth issues as well, but I'm going to pick Whitesburg Christian to defeat Victory Christian tonight at Victory Christian. Game 4, Leeds Green Wave, Region 6 opponent taking on the Pell City Panthers. Willie, who do you have?
Now, this one is tough to pick because both teams lost close games last week. It's on the road for Leeds at Pell City. Pell City, with all the momentum.
You cut out on us. We've lost you, Willie.
I think we lost Willie, but it seemed like he was leaning in the Panthers' direction. There he is.
That would be correct. I am going to pick, and the Leeds people will probably be upset with me. But
they will.
Okay. I'm going to pick Pell.
Willie, it seems like you just want to disagree with me tonight, or maybe vice versa. Again, if you asked me to pick this game last week, I would have taken Leeds by 50. But after a couple of close games in last week's matchup, I'm taking Leeds by a closer margin. So I'm expecting Leeds in a close game.
And I'm also going to pick Leeds Green Wave to defeat Pell City. I think Leeds, kind of surprising, their defense gave up 31 points to Mortimer Jordan, but Mortimer Jordan was in 6A for several years, so they got beat up pretty bad in those years playing in Class 6A ball. Obviously, they've improved and came on the road and beat a good Leeds team 31-28 last week. But I'm going to think the Green Wave's going to bounce back and give Rush Probst defeat number 2, so I'm also going with the Green Wave tonight. Game 5, Springville Tigers, another Region 6 opponent, traveling to Mortimer Jordan. Willie, who do you have?
Since we're talking about bounce backs, I expect Mortimer Jordan to come back and get another win. This is the first home game. Springville got a big win last week against Etowah, but again, Mortimer Jordan's at home.
Willie keeps breaking up on us there, but I think he was picking Mortimer Jordan to defeat Springville Tigers. Brett, who do you have?
Finally, we can get on the same page with something. I'm taking Mojo this week at Mortimer Jordan. It's going to be a tough game for Springville. I've got Mortimer Jordan by a pretty large margin, especially after defeating Leeds last week.
For this game, if it's raining at Mortimer Jordan and Springville's running that new Air Force offense, it's going to be a ground attack. They could have possession, ball control. In the end, I think the Mortimer Jordan Blue Devils get the victory over Springville tonight. Game 6, Alexandria Valley Cubs, Region 6 opponent, at Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Willie, who do you have? Well, we cannot hear Willie, so his pick we do not know.
I'm just going to assume Willie disagreed with me. I'll give him Alexandria this week because I'm taking Jacksonville. Again, I have a very high opinion of Alexandria. I picked them to lose last week against Cherokee County. I was the only one to pick them to lose, and they did lose. Cherokee County had an incredible football team. They came out. But, again, I'm taking Jacksonville again. Jacksonville's got 2 wins on the season already. I'm expecting them to win by at least a couple touchdowns.
Actually, I'm going to agree with you. I'm back.
Willie's back.
I'm going with Jacksonville.
And it's going to be 3 for 3. I'm also picking Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a very good football club. They will beat Alexandria tonight. Game 7 actually was last night, so I'm not going to give the score. If you already know it, that's okay. But Hoax Bluff traveled to Southside Gaston, another Region 6 opponent. Who do y'all have in that one? Be honest. Willie, who you got?
There you go.
I had Southside Gaston.
Okay. Brett?
I took Southside Gaston as well. I took them by a pretty large margin.
And I picked Southside Gaston as well. They did win last night 37-12.
There we go.
Final game, your Moody Blue Devils at Sylacauga Aggies. Willie, what you got?
You know, you talked about.
I'm
going with Moody. We're just going to make it quick.
Okay. Go, Brett.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of ground and pound football tonight. I just believe your Moody Blue Devils are going to overwhelm, especially with the running back Blaine Burke back in the backfield. I'm expecting Moody to come away with a victory tonight.
This game kind of scares me just so the emotion of beating Pell City. last Friday night in a dramatic win. This could be a trap game. Coach Smelly has got this team believing that they can beat anybody, they can play with anybody. They do have a lot of skill over on Sylacauga's side, so Moody has to be very disciplined tonight when they're on defense. But I do believe number 5 is going to redeem himself after the adversity last week. I think it's going to be a strong running game behind that offensive line. I'll look for Moody to get the victory tonight. So, yes, our game day picks. We'll let you know how we did next week. But again, folks, it is raining here at Legion Stadium. Me and Brett will be moving outside of the press box due to the cameras cannot get wet. So bear with us as we do that at kickoff. Right now we're going to take another commercial break, and then we're going to go back to Willie to give some stats on this series. Thank you for your support of Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
As respected industry leaders, we are here.
Working hard for you.
In an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine
and excellence in sports injury prevention.
We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here to help keep your kids and family
safe and healthy.
We are here for you.
Aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
One might be tempted to say, excuse me, Mr. Grill Man, there appears to be a little extra burger on my burger. You're dang right there is. Everybody goes to Milo's. One might.
Welcome back to a rainy Friday night here at Sylacauga at Legion Stadium. The Sylacauga Aggie Band is on the field right now doing their pregame show. Right now we're going to go down to the big man on the sideline, Willie Strickland, to give us some history of this series with Sylacauga. Willie?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoy this. So the first meeting between these two teams was October 6th of 2006. Aggies won 17-14. Moody got its first win in this series here, and you said it earlier. Actually, the date of that I got was October 6, 2007, with the Blue Devils winning 17-13. Moody's win so far in this stadium was October 28, 2008. Moody won 2017. Moody won the last meeting, which was last season, 58-24. The Aggies lead the series, the all-time series, 6 wins to 3. Outscored Moody 225-149. So we got to get a W in that series and make it 6-4.
Thank you, Willie. This time we'll let you listen to the Sylacauga Aggie Band as they play the national anthem. Game show, not their national anthem. I thought I heard somebody mention national anthem.
It's the alma mater.
Alma mater. Thank you, Willie.
Please remain standing with your
Here we go.
hand on your heart as Director of Band Samuel Child directs the SHS Marching Aggie Band in the playing of our national anthem, while key club members Ashley Murphy and Bailey Patterson raise the flag. We are back.
Here at Legion Stadium, we have about 12 minutes, 15 seconds before kickoff. Brett, let's talk about this game a little bit. It seems the rain is going to be old school football.
Yeah.
With this is a turf field, which could play in our favor.
Sure.
So it's not an old grass field that you could have injuries. Back in the day, it's just one of those sloppy games. Your thoughts, how the rain, the diversity with rain, how that'll affect the game tonight?
Sure. I mentioned earlier I was a defensive end most of my high school career, so I loved having my hand down on the ground, and I loved these wet football games. It meant that this is going to be old school. This is going to be won and lost in the trenches. And then coming back with Blaine Burke this week, I just believe he's going to be hungry. Not getting to hold the ball a whole lot last week, he's going to look to put some yards and some points on the scoreboard tonight. I'm also believing the offensive line is going to come out ready to go. And then, again, got to give some love to the defensive line, ready to make some smash mouth football. I think we're going to see Johnson only threw it 17 times last week. I think that number may even be lower tonight if this weather continues going in this direction.
I agree with you. Also, I have some information on defense. Chase Jackson will not be playing tonight. That's a big blow to the Blue Devils. But we also have in his place Elijah Rutledge, an all-purpose athlete. You'll be seeing him a lot tonight on defense. So that's a big blow to the Blue Devils and some concern, but I believe the Blue Devils will be prepared for this game tonight. Let's talk about Sylacauga a little bit. They traveled up to Winona in Birmingham on a Thursday night and didn't come away with the victory. It was a 38-7 loss there. Your thoughts? I was able to watch a little bit film of them. They do have some skill. Obviously, Winona has a lot of skill. Your thoughts about that game, Brett?
Sure. It seems like, last week we went up against an incredible athlete, the quarterback and all-purpose player, Caleb Gross. It seems like Sylacauga has a lot of their offense running through their signal caller, number 5, Connor Twyman. He threw the ball 34 times last week. He had 128 yards in receiving. He threw 1 touchdown, that lone touchdown they had, to number 3, Jakari Cottingham. And he was also, I found this an interesting statistic, their quarterback was also their leading rusher.
Oh, wow.
So for me, what I'm going to want to see from the Moody Blue Devil defense is if they can lock up number 5, Connor Twyman, it's really going to free us up to make some plays on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm excited to see the schemes that these linebackers have drawn up tonight to make that happen.
And that's one thing Moody will have to do on defense is be very disciplined. He's a all-purpose running quarterback.
Sure.
He can scramble. So if he's in the shotgun to pass and we flush him out, we got to make sure everybody stays at home to be able to. We won't have a large gain.
Yes, sir.
The running back, I believe, is number 5 for them. Rance Matchin, I believe, is that correct? He's one of them on the starting lineup.
Sure.
Number 33. Did not see much of him last week. They threw, like you said, the ball a lot. So it's going to be an interesting ball game. I mean, the weather, how do we handle the weather? Also, Sylacauga has to deal with the weather as well.
That's true.
We're getting close for the coin toss. We're waiting for Sylacauga to come out so we can have the coin toss. Once the coin toss players are walking out on the field, we'll go live down to Willie. Looks like our captains tonight for the Blue Devils is number 1, A.J. Madison, number 11, Abram Jackson, number 61, Cam Mallory, and number 8, Braden Wright. Tonight I hope we see a lot of the Aiden and Braden show.
I agree.
Maybe. I don't know. With the rain, it's going to be interesting to see what plays they call. As the Blue Devils, you can see them on the sideline. They're getting ready to run through the Spirit line. Moody fans are lining up for the Spirit line. Very dedicated crowd here. Thank you for making the trip down Highway 280 or Highway 21 in the rain to watch your Blue Devils. And again, we thank you who are sitting at home watching on the 411 network. We had a lot of viewers last week, and we thank you so much. Also, if you're a business, local business in the Moody area or outside the Moody area, we do have advertising commercial options available. And you're seeing the camera kind of go up. We're kind of moving it around. We'll apologize for any of that, but we we're in a small press box with our coaches, and we're trying to keep the cameras from getting wet. Again, we're waiting on the coin toss. Looks like Sylacauga, their players are out, their captains. Looks like it's for the Aggies, number 8, Caleb Story. I believe that's correct. Also number 62, it looks like. Yeah, Chris West. Number 5, it will be Connor Twyman, the quarterback. And number 2, Quindarius Swain, the wide receiver. So those are your captains. Once the referee gives the signal, we will go live down to Willie for the coin toss. Again, it's a steady rain. Moody's getting ready to come out on the field.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that captain, Quindavius Swain. He had 7 receptions for 88 yards. He seemed to be the favorite of the targets for this quarterback, Connor Twyman. He may not get a lot of targets in this first half with the rain, but expecting this rain to hopefully move out by halftime, so we may see him take a bigger role in the second half.
Moody Spirit line is growing. Fans are still coming in. The rain, steady rain. I don't know how much you can see at home. There's a very steady rain here at Legion Stadium. We are 5 minutes and 35 seconds away from kickoff.
It's great to see a fan base that'll travel in the rain an hour away from the home. You love to see this type of excitement, especially after a game we faced so much adversity last week. To see the fans come back and be ready to support your Moody Blue Devils, it's wonderful to see that this week.
So Moody is in their white uniforms with gold, white pants, white jerseys, and white helmets. Looks like gold numbers. Gold Moody, M on one side, and 411 boys on the other. And here's the coin toss, so we will go down live to Willie Strickland for the coin toss.
Good night, Moody. I'm Mr. Story. I'm your. Good night. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet y'all. You'll get all this stuff rest when you go back to the sideline. Can't have all. We started one in the rain tonight. But listen, y'all been elected captains. That's a special honor. If we have problems with your teammates, we expect y'all to help us with that. Y'all help us before we have to take care of it, all right? Let's have fun. It's going to be wet. The ball's going to be wet. We know that. Let's have a great game. What does football start with? What does this game need to start with tonight? Huh? Leadership, sportsmanship, okay? We expect that out of y'all. Let's have some fun. There's my coin. It's heads, and that says tails, okay? You going to call it? If I drop it, we'll flip it again. Go ahead and call it. What, did you hear him? What did he call? He called tails. And I didn't flip that one good, so we're going to do it again. All right, that was a good one there. Heads. You've won the toss. You can kick, receive, or defer. You want the football. So which goal do you want to defend? You want to defend there? All right, so y'all come here.
So Sylacauga won the toss, and they will receive.
We'll get that defense. See how the defense will adjust to Sylacauga's offense tonight. Real quick, we're going to take a commercial break real quick, and we'll be back for kickoff. Again, you're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
Contact local agent Bart Perry for an auto quote today.
411 Nation, it's Coach Cam, owner of SF3 Performance, head strength coach here at Moody High School. I mean, there's no real reason for me to have a commercial unless I had a website where I sold hoodies. But other than that, I really wanted to take the time to say thank you to the city of Moody, everybody involved with our schools here in Moody, our principals, our coaches, our teachers, our athletes, our 411 kids, friends and family, literally the entire 411 nation. Thank you. 411.
Welcome back to Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. We are 2 minutes away before kickoff, and here come your Moody Blue Devils taking the field. And now Sylacauga is taking the field, and they have a light show, which is pretty impressive.
I thought we were about to have Lincoln all over again from last year.
Oh, yeah, when the power went out.
That was very exciting.
Starting on defense for your Moody Blue Devils will be defensive end senior number 21, Brady Dodd. A defensive tackle senior number 66, Logan Hall. And nose guard is sophomore number 61, Cam Mallory. Linebacker senior number 3, Gavin Baker. Linebacker junior number 10, Caleb Goff. Linebacker senior number 8, Charlie Kitts. Linebacker senior number 13, Zane Smith. Linebacker sophomore number 24, Desron Mobley. Your strong safety is senior number 1, A.J. Madison. Your free safety will be freshman Elijah Rutledge, number 9. Cornerback will be junior number 23, Sidney Walton. And your cornerback, senior Auburn commit, number 0, Amon Lane. Moody will be kicking off. That will be Junior Marino, our place kicker. Steady rain here at Legion Stadium.
Time to squeeze the football. Junior had some great kickoffs last week, so hope to see him continue that.
Again, folks, we are trying to do the best we can here in this press box. With the rain, kind of messed us up. But you know what? We're going to make it work. Well, I thought they were going to receive the ball.
That's certainly the call that was made at the middle of the field by the official.
Well, they pulled one on me, didn't they?
I heard it too, Willie.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I wasn't losing my mind here. But here we go.
Well, we got it wrong. Blaine Burke is back deep along with onside kick. I cannot tell who got it. Blue Devils got it.
Well, that's good to see. Last week we were calling the Blue Devils to pay attention to every kickoff by your Pell City Panthers. I think that caught me off guard.
Looks like the Hayden Bowman, number 31, were covered for the Blue Devils, so it sets them up in very good field position at their own 49-yard line. Charlie Johnson is your quarterback, 6'5" junior. Back in the backfield, senior running back, number 5, Blaine Burke. Split down to the bottom, number 88, senior K.D. Barnes. Charlie is in the shotgun formation. Have motion. Takes a snap, hands off to Blaine Burke. He swings out. He changes direction. And Charlie sets a block for him. There goes Blaine around right in. And there's a penalty flag. I don't know if that is going against Moody with a block in the back.
Looked to me like a block in the back by wide receiver Aiden Robinson, maybe a block in the back on that play.
Block in the back against Moody. They'll be penalized, I believe, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Aggie showing a lot of aggressive on defense on that play. So it drops back to be 1st and 20.
Good to see Blaine Burke make an adjustment late in that play and find some space in the sideline. You know, let's just see if we can end the play with positive yardage.
Charlie Johnson back in the shotgun, along with Blaine Burke. Jacob Hadaway was in motion. Charlie Johnson drops back to pass. He's got room. He's being pressured. He throws it down the middle. Pass is incomplete. intended for number 8, Braden Wright. Falls, now we're second. Looks like second and 17. We have 11 minutes and 13 seconds in the first quarter.
Expect another shot here. Maybe at Katie Barnes at the bottom of your screen. It looks like we got a matchup that we possibly be able to take advantage of.
Blaine Burke with the carry up the middle. He breaks it. There goes Blaine. There's the Blaine Burke. He breaks another tackle. He's down the sideline. Blaine Burke. A big gain for the Blue Devils. Wow. That's the Blaine Burke, Brett, we have talked about all offseason.
There he is. That's his first big carry of the season. Right there behind those big nasties.
Big gain for the Blue Devils. Brings up first down. Can't see where from this angle I'm trying to see. I think we're in the red zone. Charlie Hadaway in motion. Takes the snap. Hands off to Blaine Burke. Blaine Burke looking for room. He's going wide. That was a long developing play there, Brett, but it looks like he got positive yardage.
Yeah, again, the Sylacauga Aggies.
Looks like he gained about 4 yards.
They extended the sideline there to keep him from breaking it, but he was able to pick up some positive yardage.
Their hurry-up offense. Charlie in the shotgun. Looks back to the sideline for the play. Hadaway moves over. Blaine moves over. Charlie takes a snap. Hands off to Blaine Burke. Blaine Burke finds a hole. He's up the middle. He almost broke it. Blaine Burke on the carry.
Seeing a lot of action by your offensive linemen to really set up some holes on these plays.
It is third and short. Third and short, so they're bringing in the heavy package. Coming in is number 66, Logan Hall, and number 61, Cam Mallory. First time we've seen this package for the Blue Devils. Looks like the ball's on the 8-yard line. Blue Devils knocking on the door. Looks like we're in a wildcat with Blaine Burke. Takes the snap, and he's followed the big guys. He breaks it, and he gets the first down for the Blue Devils. Heavy package, Brett.
Zane Smith also in there as a blocker, and Blaine Burke was falling right behind his hip. So I'm expecting to see a touchdown here in the next couple of plays.
So it brings up first and goal for the Blue Devils, staying in the wildcat with Blaine Burke. Takes the snap,
again,
and he just runs it. He just runs it, and he's in. Touchdown, Blue Devils! Blaine Burke. Blaine Burke for 4 yards out, gets the touchdown. The Blue Devils strike first.
Again, your classic
Look at
heavy
that offensive line.
Following right behind Zane Smith on into the end zone. There's a lot of patience. He wasn't in a hurry. Starting off with a water bucket, an interesting look for the PAT. We'll see what the Blue Devils have in store here.
Junior Marino. They snap it to Blaine Burke.
There it is.
2-point conversion is good. It worked. With 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first quarter, your Moody Blue Devils 8, Sylacauga Aggies 0. At this time, we will take a commercial break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
To Legion Stadium, the Blue Devils strike first on a 49-yard, actually it's a 51-yard drive to get to strike first, leading 8-0. Now Junior Marino is teed it up to kick off to the Aggies. Out of bounds. Aggies will get good field position, it looks like. Trying to see where the ball actually is spotted. Looks like on the 34, 30, 35-yard line. The Aggies come out with their quarterback. He's a senior, number 5, Connor Twyman. He's a mobile quarterback. He can break the big one, so Moody will have to be very disciplined on defense.
Again, I mentioned he was their leading rusher as well as the passer last week, so the defensive ends in the game are going to have to be very disciplined playing against this quarterback, keeping him in the pocket and not overrunning the pass rush.
Twyman in the shotgun. Waiting on the snap. Man in motion. Hands off. That was a fake end around. Number 33, running back Rance Matchett on the carry. Picked up about 8 yards. And on the tackle, Cam Mallory, Logan Hall for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 2. Simon Mole in the ball game. Up, almost fumbled, and he can move. He's got the end, and he's pushed out of bounds. Looks like he was pushed out of bounds. A.J. Madison.
That's the danger of a mobile quarterback. He's able to take a busted play and create an Aggie first down. So, again, it's going to take a lot of discipline from our defensive ends and outside linebackers.
We have 8 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first quarter. That was a first down by the Aggies. Connor Twyman in the shotgun formation. Oh, hard count. Looks like they got the Blue Devils from jumping. Looks like Cam Mallory made contact. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Aggies. Connor Twyman is your quarterback for the Aggies. Looks over to his sideline for the play. Takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. He gets around left end, and he's in the open. And he breaks it for another Aggie first down. They have found something on the Moody defense, Brett, where they keep attacking.
Yeah, they're trying to play away from the star player, and Caleb Goff runs that star position. They're taking advantage of an off-center defense and trying to get their athlete in space, similar to what we saw from Caleb Gross last week with the Pell City Panthers.
1st and 10 Aggies on the Blue Devil 28-yard line. Number 5, Connor Twyman, your quarterback. He looks over to the sideline for the play. Takes the snap. Hands off to Matchett, and he is met first, and he breaks off. And he broke another tackle. But finally, Blue Devils bring him down. Looks like number 23, Sidney Walton, on the tackle.
Zane Smith met him in the backfield, wasn't able to complete the play, but you love seeing a lot of wide helmets swarming to the football.
Looks like the play made about actually made 1 yard. From this angle, looks like he made more, but we'll take it. So 2nd and 9. 7 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Aggies are driving. Man's in motion, takes the snap. Quarterback keeper. And they stayed at home this time on the end.
They did. Good
Cam
discipline.
Mallory on the tackle. That sophomore made the tackle. It's all about discipline, Brett. You got to be disciplined in this offense because it's RPO, run pass option out of this. 7 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 3rd down, about 5 yards for the Aggies. This could be 4-down territory. Simon Molay comes in the game late.
Empty backfield,
Man
expecting
in
a
motion.
quarterback run.
Zena Cadence takes the snap, quarterback keeper. He bounces it outside. He's got room. Looks like he picked up the Aggie first down on that. He bounced it outside on the left side, picked up a big gainer for the Aggies. So the Aggies are driving.
Again,
They're in the red zone.
You were talking about discipline right before that play. The defensive end got washed inside, was able to give a lane to the quarterback to pick up some hay and make a first down for your Aggies.
It's 1st and 15 for Sylacauga. They are in the red zone. We need a big stop here, guys. Twyman's in the cadence, looks over. They have a man in motion. Hands off to Manchin. Manchin busted up, and he is met. He is met.
Cam Mallory in on the tackle.
Cam Mallory, Logan Hall in on that stop for the Blue Devils.
You saw a pulling guard that's designed to confuse the defensive line, but Cam Mallory as well as Logan Hall were able to stay home and make the tackle on that football play. It's beautiful
Play
to
made
see
1 yard.
Number 3, Jakari Cottingham into the football game, lining
Need
up
to
next
watch
to Connor
him.
Twyman. There's a
2nd
reason
and
he's here.
9 for the Blue Devils. Number 3, Jakari Cunningham is in motion. We have twins down on the bottom. Swain in motion. Faked it to Swain. Pass intended for number 47. Nolan Gordon falls incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down. Ball's on the 14-yard line, so a big play here coming up, Brett, for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely. A lot of smoke and mirrors on that last football play. You saw your Blue Devils stay home, stay disciplined, and just play football.
It's a steady rain here at Legion Stadium, so it's bringing up a 3rd and 9. Swain is at the bottom of the screen. He's 6'4", very good wide receiver. Connor on the He takes it, and he got the first down. He's got more. He got big room, and he scores. Touchdown Aggies around left end. They fooled everybody on that play. Brett, that was a big drive for the Aggies to answer back Moody's quick score.
Huge drive for the Aggies, and after them throwing 34 times last week, I was interested to see what their running attack was going to look like, and it looks like a whole lot of Connor Twyman around the outside. So I'm sure your Blue Devils will make some adjustments in this next drive and get them buckled out
They will.
next time.
Coaches will do a good job of adjusting. Looks like Aggies right now are going to run the ball. Look at some Pell City film. So here's the extra point. It's up. And the extra point is good. With 5 minutes, 46 seconds left in the first quarter, your score, Moody Blue Devils 8, Sylacauga Aggies 7. At this time, we'll take a commercial break as well. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
Back to Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. The rain is coming down. Looks like there's no end in sight. Sylacauga took the drive from Moody after Moody scored, took the opening kickoff, 51 yards, and punched it in. Sylacauga answered right back with a drive of their own, punching it in. Connor Twyman around left end. Now Sylacauga will be kicking off, so we have to watch for another onside kick. You never know. The ball can be slippery when it's raining. Another pooch kick.
Aggies recover that.
Yep. Onside kick.
Aiden Robinson, I think he expected the football to bounce out of bounds. It took an Aggies jump. He let the ball go, and your Aggies are able to pick it up around the 30-yard line.
Wow. Coach Smelly for Sylacauga is pulling out all the gadgets early. So Sylacauga back with the ball. Looks like on the 28, Moody's 28-yard line. So the defense did not get a lot of rest.
No, they didn't.
I'm sure Coach Waller will be talking to his kickoff return team on the sideline. Matchin's in motion. Twyman in the shotgun, waiting on the snap. Looks back over the sideline for the play. Takes the snap. He runs again. He's found a little room. He bounces back outside. Oh, he's hemmed up. He's hemmed back up.
That's a discipline that we were talking about right there. That's what you see from your Moody Blue Devils. Instead of trying to scrape across and make a superhero football play, you stay, play your assignment, and make a football play.
Looks like he play failed to gain. Logan Hall, Brady Dodd, defensive end, watch him. So they're in twins. Another penalty.
Look like Cam Mallory.
Cam Mallory again called for encroachment. He is coming out.
Number 99, Caleb O'Neal, is going to go in to replace him.
Caleb O'Neal's a junior, 6'1", 273. So I'm sure the coaches are going to talk to Cam Mallory about watching the ball. So it's 2nd and 5 for the Aggies. Manchin is in motion.
Seems to be some confusion for your Moody Blue Devil defense.
Yep. Connor Twyman on the carry, up the middle. Picked up about 4 yards.
3rd and about 1 coming up on this play.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 for the for the Aggies. They're in the red zone.
Cam Mallory came out and he was talked up by a leader of the defense, Chase Jackson. You love to see the leadership even when he's not on the football field.
I believe it's probably going to go to number 33, Rance Matchin on this, or Connor Twyman will run the ball. Twyman waiting on the snap. Takes the snap. He runs right around right end, left end, and it's wide open. And he picks up another Aggie first down.
Ashton Matchin, that running back, was able to seal a block.
Looks like there's another flag over at the end of the play. Looks like it's a hold. No, personal foul. They'll be penalized half a distance. So early on, some little mental mistakes, Brett, are hurting the Blue Devils.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a lot more discipline to win this football game. Probably more of the same right here from Connor Twyman. And watch this block by Matchin, number 33.
3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Connor on the snap, Matchin with a run. He's met. Oh, he's met.
Love to see that.
Is that Zane?
Looked like it. Zane Smith.
Zane Smith on the tackle.
A perfect read and a beautiful football play. Meet him right there in the hole.
Looks like the ball's on the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Aggies. Watch for the hard count. Connor Twyman, the quarterback for the Aggies, waiting on the snap. He looks over to the sideline for a play. They saw the defense of Moody. Timeout, Sylacauga, and we'll take one as well. You're watching the Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 network.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
Anything extremely interesting
We are
happens,
back live here at Legion Stadium. Sylacauga is driving again. They're second and goal on the Blue Devil 5-yard line. Had a personal foul penalty against the Blue Devils. We'll see what this defense can do. Aggies have just ran the ball right at the Blue Devils. So it's second down. Connor Twyman is your quarterback. Manchin is in motion. He takes the snap and runs up the middle. And he is met. He is met by a host of Blue Devils.
What you're seeing there is he's emptying out the backfield to try to spread out the defense. You saw a pulling guard trying to make a play. He was going to run off that hip. But the interior lineman was able to create a pile and meet them right there at the line of scrimmage.
Third and goal for the Aggies. Looks like they brought in a heavy package as well. Interesting to see what they're going to do. See if they catch the Blue Devils off guard. Connor Twyman looks over to the sideline for his play. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Manchin moves over to his right. And oh, what a play. And the ball's on the ground. The ball's on the ground. The ball's on the ground. Covered. And there's no flags. Great turnover by the Blue Devils. They caused a turnover right when they needed it, Brett. What a play.
More beautiful than the execution was the adjustment. You were able to see your Moody Blue Devils. Watch this replay here. Picks up the ball right on the sideline.
21, was that Brady Dodd getting that for the Blue Devils?
We've been getting smashed on that end around from Connor Twyman. You're able to see A.J. Madison step in, smash the blocker, gave Connor Twyman nowhere to go, and was met in the backfield, caused a fumble and pick it up, and we're going back the other way with your Moody
Big play
Blue Devils.
for the Blue Devils.
Sure was.
Big play for the Blue Devils. First and 10 from the 21-yard line. Let's see if we can get a drive going here. Charlie Johnson, your quarterback. Hadaway, and there's Blaine Burke taking the ball up the middle. Picked up about 3 yards. One minute, 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Second and 7. Charlie Johnson takes a snap and his hands off to Blaine Burke. Blaine Burke finds a little crease, and he is brought down by number 44, Caden Manchin for the Aggies. Play failed to gain. Third and 8 for the Blue Devils. See what they can dial up here to get that first down. Charlie Johnson is looking over to the sideline to get the play.
I'm looking at number 6, Aiden Robinson, coming across the middle of the field right there on this play, maybe airing it out.
Charlie Johnson takes the snap. He's being pressured.
There it is.
Throws. Oh, he overthrew Aiden Robinson. He was open. So it brings up a fourth down and a punting situation.
There's a reason we've seen 90% rushing plays on this football field tonight, and it's because of that right there. This is a hard
Looks like the
football
ball
to throw.
kind of slipped out of his hands, kind of went very high. But he'll get that corrected. Caleb Goff is in the punt for the Blue Devils. And looks like they're bringing and there they come. And what a punt. Swain's back.
Fair catch.
Fair catch. So we have 51 seconds left in the first quarter. We're going to stay with it. We do have an update on the score at the end of the first. Leeds is leading Pell City 7-0. We'll try to get you more updates of scores across the area for St. Clair County teams and Region 6 teams.
This defense has got to be tired. You'd love to see a longer offensive drive maybe in this next time to give them a chance to take a breather and come out.
Last series, the Blue Devils caused a turnover. Aggies were driving. Connor Twyman has taken most of the snaps at all the snaps at quarterback and made most of the runs. So he's in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. He hands off to Manchin off right in, and he's met right there by number 0, Amon Lane. Amon stayed at home.
Definition of discipline right there from Amon.
Play made about 3 yards.
That's what you expect out of a senior leader on the football field.
Looks like 2nd and 7 for the Aggies. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Expect something here of a pass maybe. Looks like the Blue Devils are showing blitz. They back out. Connor Twyman rolls around. He's being pressured. Oh, hell, hello. Who is it, Brett?
That's Barack Willis, the big
freshman.
Played the game last
14
week.
years old freshman, number 7, Barack Willis.
As a former
my
defensive end,
goodness.
you love to see that play right there.
That is the end of the first quarter. Your score, Moody Blue Devils 8, Sylacauga Aggie 7. We will take a commercial break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
Want to know why it's hard to stop a train? It's how we've invented products that reinvented our world. It's how we test as hard as the elements do. It's how we run.
This is Senator Lance Bell. I want to thank you for the opportunity to represent you in Montgomery. I am so excited about this time of year as we watch our cheerleaders, our football teams, and our band as they perform on the field. And parents, I'm not forgetting about you. That's what's great about Alabama. I'm Senator Lance Bell. Thank you for the privilege to serve you in Montgomery.
We are back live in Sylacauga, Alabama, Legion Stadium. Blue Devils, Barack Willis on the sack of quarterback Connor Twyman. That play lost about 7-8 yards, I believe.
Barack Willis is tenacious. He got 9 total tackles last week as well as 2 sacks. So add another sack to his total. That's 3 sacks already for the young season for the young man. He's going to be exciting to watch all season.
I agree with that, Brett. He is fun to watch. He's in at defensive end. Bryce Oden down here at the bottom. Looks like they may have a new quarterback in. I cannot tell. It is number 18. The handoff, and hello. Met in the middle by a host of Blue Devils. C.J. Franklin came in and quarterbacked that series. I don't know if Connor Twyman is tired or hurt on that last play. But it brings up 4th down. Back to return for the Blue Devils is number 1, A.J. Madison. We have to be careful with a wet ball.
Sure do.
There's the snap. There's the punt. A.J. Madison about gave me a heart attack.
Do I even have to say it this week?
Peter?
Peter. I received more text messages about that call than any call the rest of the last week.
So the Blue Devils defense held a good series for the Blue Devils. Now let's see if that offense, led by Charlie Johnston, can get it going. Looks like the ball's on the Blue Devil 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Charlie Johnston, your quarterback. Hands off to Blaine Burke. Blaine Burke up the middle. Makes 1-man miss. Breaks 2-man miss. Breaks another tackle. He's around left end. And there he go. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Blaine Burke, ladies and gentlemen. Blaine Burke.
That play made possible by Aiden Robinson coming around, making a beautiful block in the middle of the field. You love a receiver that's going to give his running back some love in the blocking game.
I believe Blaine is a little upset after last week. He's ready to prove himself here.
You could say that.
In Sylacauga. Great run by Blaine. Picks up a first down for the Blue Devils. Charlie Johnson in the cadence. Looks over to the offensive coaches. Gets the play. Blaine moves over to his right. Charlie takes a snap. Hands off to Blaine Burke. He's looking for room. He's up the middle. He stutter steps. Makes that famous spin move. And he picks up another close 9 yards for Blaine Burke. And that offensive line is starting to push back the Aggie defense.
This is exactly the type of drive we needed. Get our defense on their rear ends, taking a break for a second. Get used to that sight right there. Blaine Burke carrying the ball up the middle.
2nd and 1 for the Devils. Charlie takes a snap, drops back. He's throwing deep down to KD. Oh my goodness. He looked like he had 1 foot in. Looked like he was inbounds. Great call by Coach K and the offensive staff there.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of catching them off guard.
Hey, 2nd and 1, when you're going to be 3rd and 1, you definitely feel more comfortable taking a shot right there. Katie Barnes is able to make the catch but couldn't stay in bounds.
Blaine with the carry, bounces out to the right. And he stutter steps and picks up the Blue Devil first down.
It's a nice counter play. We saw Abram Jackson score on that football play last week, so it seems like the Blue Devils like that in
They're
their
giving
repertoire.
Blaine a little rest, much needed break. Abram Jackson into the ball game. 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Aggie 26-yard line. Got a great drive going here. Aiden Robinson in motion, goes back, hands off to Abram. Abram bounces around left end. Looks like that play failed to gain maybe a half yard. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Charlie gets his play from the sideline. Abram Jackson is to his right. Charlie takes a snap. Hands off to Abram. Abram finds a little hole.
Very patient run from Abram Jackson. He couldn't find a hole and make it happen, and here Blaine Burke will re-enter the football game.
Abram picked up 1 yard, 1.5 yards it looks like, so it brings up a 3rd and a long 9. Charlie's in the cadence, trying to draw him off sides. Looks back over to the sideline, gets his play. Blaine moves over to his right, takes the play. It's Blaine Burke looking for room. He found a hole. He busts it. 4th and 6. What do you do here?
I'm taking the 3 points with Junior Moreno, but let's see.
Nope, looks like they're going in. Jacob Hadaway is coming into the game. Fourth and 4 for the Blue Devils, they're saying. Aiden Robinson in motion. Charlie takes a snap. Hands off to Blaine Burke, and he's close.
Not quite.
Oh, he's close. From here, can't tell. Timeout to measure. He's close, Brett.
He is close, and he's a threat to break it open every time he touches the football. Coach Gaines mentioned that. He's a guy, no matter what the play looks like, he can turn something out of nothing.
Coach Gaines was on the field. The ref was asking him to get back, so he's probably arguing the spot. Let's see.
Doesn't look
good. It's close. It's close. I can't tell from this angle.
Looks short. It's
short. Aggies hold. Great run by Blaine. I thought he had it. The spot was questioned by Coach Gaines. He's talking to the official. So the Blue Devil defense is back out on the field.
That last drive we saw some great adjustments.
I'm sorry, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. That last drive we saw some great adjustments. I'm expecting the Blue Devils to shut this one down again.
That's their JV. That's JV.
Number 18 is in the quarterback, C.J. Franklin, so Connor Twyman must be injured. Takes the snap, hands off to Matchett. He's up the middle. He finds a little room, but a host of Blue Devils. Ball comes out. The whistle has been blown. I see Caleb O'Neal coming off the bottom of the pile. Cam Mallory on the tackle. Play did pick up about 5 yards.
It did. Get used to matching if Franklin's going to be the play caller. Get used to seeing some runs up the middle from that young man, Ashton Matchin.
Franklin is your quarterback. He takes the low snap. He hands off a little hole, and he breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He is a hard runner. Looks like he may have picked up the first down.
AJ's got to come out of that play after a helmet pops off.
He did pick up a first down for the Aggies. Nothing fancy, Brett. Just smash mouth football right here.
Pretty much draw it before they snap it.
So Cam Mallory, Caleb O'Neal is in the ball game in your front. 1st and 10 for the Aggies with a new quarterback, C.J. Franklin. He takes the snap and he runs around the end. He's looking for room. And he is brought down.
Looks like Brady Dodd to
Brady
me.
Dodd on the tackle.
What a wonderful pursuit.
Great
wonderful
play
tackle.
by Brady Dodd, that senior. Looked like Franklin had some room
hey, pay
over
attention.
on the right end.
Every time your Aggies line up in that double wing from shotgun, it's been quarterback around the end. So your Blue Devils have already adjusted to that, as we've seen. Looks like we're going to take that play away. Seemed to be their biggest production in the first drive.
Play lost 1 yard, 2nd and 11 for the Aggies. Uh-oh, there's a pass. Pass, and it's complete.
To number 2, Quindavia Swain.
That play picked up an Aggie first down, it looks like. Kind of caught the Blue Devils off guard.
It did. It's a long curl route. Swain had 7 receptions for 88 yards.
The play was short of a first down, so it's 3rd and 1. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. We're going to stay with it. At this time, we will not go to commercial break. Looks like the Aggies, they do have a new quarterback in C.J. Franklin. C.J. Franklin is a sophomore, 145-pound, 5'11" quarterback for the Aggies. Connor Twyman must be injured. We do not have an update. I don't know if we can get an update on his injury. We hope the young man is okay. So a big play, Brett, coming up for the Blue Devils, 3rd and 1. It's probably going to be smash mouth right up the middle.
Yeah, my money's on matching, getting the ball up the middle. The Aggies were able to catch the Blue Devils a little off guard, a curl route to the sideline. That was to Quindavia Swain, who had 7 receptions for 88 yards last week, seemed to be the favorite target by the quarterbacks on the Aggies football team.
Quindavia Swain is 6'4",
big
tall
old boy.
receiver. So it's 3rd and 1, so they need to watch the hard count they've been doing. They've caught the Blue Devils on that twice. So 3rd and 1, C.J. Franklin, your quarterback, with Manchin in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands off to Manchin, and he breaks off left in, right in, and picks up the Aggie first down. He runs very hard, Brett.
He does. He runs with purpose. pretty much could write the script before they snap the football. We know it's coming. We knew when we showed up to Legion Stadium tonight it was going to be a whole lot of rushing for both teams.
New set of downs for the Aggies from their own 39-yard line, 41-yard line, excuse me. Franklin looks over to the sideline for the play. 12 seconds left on the game 25-second clock. Takes the snap. He's into pass. He's under pressure. He throws it. And he caught the ball.
Quindavius Swain, 6'4".
He just threw it up there.
Didn't look like a 50-50 ball, looked more like an 80-20 ball, but Quindavius Swain, like you mentioned, at 6'4", just decided to be an athlete and go up and grab it, make a beautiful football catch.
So first down for the Aggies on that big reception. Brock Willis is into the ball game. Hands off to Manchin up the middle. He pushes the pile. Picks up maybe 1 yard. 4 minutes, 52 seconds left in the second quarter.
Manchin, when he runs, seems to line up about 7 yards past the football. When he's in pass pro, he comes up a little more even with the quarterback, so that may be something we can take advantage of. They're kind of forecasting their play by the way they line up beforehand.
It looks like both teams are settling in on the run game tonight,
Absolutely.
Brett. Second and about 8 from our angle. We're trying to look. Aggies are driving. C.J. Franklin, your quarterback. He takes the snap. Hands off to Manchin. He bounces off right, and he is met.
Again, Swain forecasted that. He's a couple yards behind the quarterback on his running plays. This allows him to get a full head of steam bearing down on his runs.
Brady Dodd on the tackle. Play maybe made 1 yard, 2 yards. 3rd and 7 for the Aggies. We need a big play right here from the Blue Devils. Steady rain here at Legion Stadium. Franklin takes the snap. Manchin again on the carry. He pushed the pile. It brings up 4th down. He may make 1 yard. From this angle, it's hard to tell. Looks like 4th and 2 or 3.
Closer to 3, maybe 4th and about 4.
4th and 3. 3 minutes, 1 second left in the second quarter. Sylacauga is driving on the Blue Devils. Look for a hard count here. Looks like the Aggies will take a timeout. No, actually Moody is taking a timeout.
They didn't like
we'll
what they
take
saw.
one as well. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 network.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Welcome back to the 411 network. You're watching the Moody Blue Devils battle against a non-region opponent, Sylacauga Aggies. It has been a rainy night here at Legion Stadium. We have 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the second quarter. Blue Devils lead 8-7. It's 4th down for the Aggies. Looks like it's 4th and 3. So, Brett, we probably need to watch for a hard count to try to draw the Blue Devils offside. They've been successful 2 times tonight drawing the Blue Devils offside.
Sure, I'm sure Cameron Mallory, he's been one of those culprits, is ready. He just got coached up on that on the sideline, I'm sure. And I'm looking for Manchin on a little counter play right behind a pulling guard if they do actually snap the football.
Yep. So C.J. Franklin is your quarterback. He's trying to draw off sides. He takes the snap, hands off to Manchin, and he does not. He's still trying to move the pile. Moody.
Can't tell from here. Moody football.
Blue Devils hold. So it looks like, Brett, with Connor Twyman out for the Aggies, it looks like their offense is totally changed.
It's looking fairly one-dimensional. You know, outside of that throwing up to the big guy, Quindavius Swain on the sideline, Matchin is running it up the middle right behind a pulling guard on most plays.
1st and 10 Blue Devils from their own, looks like the 20-yard line. Charlie Johnston, your quarterback, takes the snap, hands off to Blaine Burke up the middle. Oh, what a hole! And he breaks it, and he's chopped down. But he picked up a big gain for the Blue Devils.
Again, you got to give credit to Aiden Robinson. Blaine ran right off his behind as he made a great block coming out of motion.
They're in hurry-up offense. They caught him off guard. Hand off to Blaine. Off the right side, he bounces out. Looks like he picked up a first down on that play.
Looks like
Blaine Burke, a hard runner. He is fun to watch. He is on a mission tonight. So they picked up the first down for the Blue Devils. We have 2 minutes, 8 seconds left in the quarter. Hands off to Blaine Burke again. He looks for running room. He spins off. So their hurry-up offense. They're trying to – Aggies are putting their hands on their hips, so they're getting tired. So they're with the hurry-up, it's very beneficial for the Blue Devils.
Sure is.
Charlie looks over to the sideline. He has his play. Blaine Burke in motion. He comes back. Hands off to Blaine. Blaine around left end. He in the middle. He breaks. Oh, goodness. Oh, my. There he goes. He breaks it open. Blaine Burke, a big gainer for the Blue Devils. We have a flag on the play.
Look out for a holding call right
Looks
here.
like they're getting Moody for a hold.
Yep.
Hold against the Blue Devils. Could not tell who the hold was on, but that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Abram Jackson in the football game, giving Blaine Burke a little bit of a breather.
We have 1 minute, 23 seconds to go in the quarter. I expect it's second and about 13. I could see maybe Charlie trying to do a little pass here. Aiden Robinson in motion. He is set. Charlie takes the snap. He fires. There's the pass over to Braden, and it's too high. Incomplete. Braden was open there, Brett.
He was open. It seemed like these Sylacauga corners are giving a lot of cushion between the line of scrimmage. Third down again. I'm maybe expecting Aiden Robinson a little seam over the middle.
Let's see if the Blue Devils will give him enough time to throw. Aiden Robinson in motion. He stops and set. Charlie takes the quarterback. He rolls. He rolls. He's passes to Aiden. Pass is complete. Stays inbound. So it brings up fourth down for the Blue Devils. 52 seconds left. Maybe time for one play. So
tried the hard count before the Aggies were even lined up.
25 seconds on the 40-second clock. Looks like they may run it down and call a timeout here. Charlie's still looking over. They're in a
Blue Devil punt position.
Yep. So Charlie.
Great punt last week. But they're going to take the timeout.
Timeout. Blue Devils will stay with it with 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Your Blue Devils are leading 8-7 on a rainy night, ugly night here at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, Alabama. Brett, your thoughts on first half?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of what we expected. A lot of on-the-ground, hard-nosed football. Seeing their main playmaker, Connor Twyman, go out, seems Sylacauga became a little more one-dimensional. One big play to Quindavius Swain on the sideline, but it looks like Ashton Matchin, number 33, is their premier athlete left in the Sylacauga offense.
So is Willie, can you hear us down there? Is Willie live? Did he get his mic fixed? No, he's not, so we'll not be able to catch Coach Gaines at halftime. Maybe we can get Willie down there to get him before he comes back out to give us an update on his thoughts of the second half. So 4th down for the Blue Devils. Caleb Goff is in to punt for Moody. Takes the slow snap. Gets off a good punt.
Great punt. Great punt.
Don't touch it.
Number 8, Caleb Story, let it sail over his head, and the Blue Devils will down it on about the 15-yard line.
2 seconds left. 2.9 seconds left in the second quarter. This will just be a safe play, I'm assuming, for the Aggies. I don't think they will try to catch Moody off guard.
You got to keep your eye on Quindavius Swain, though. Number 2 at 6'4" and 190 pounds. He can make a play happen. Didn't seem like the Blue Devil coaches were stoked with them downing the football on that play. They were hoping they could run the clock out. Blue Devils will be in prevent defense. A.J. Madison, Amon Lane,
Charlie
number
Kitts
9, Elijah.
at defensive end along with Brady Dodd. They take a snap, and he just kneels down. That is the end of the second quarter. Your score here at Legion Stadium, Moody Blue Devils 8, Sylacauga Aggies 7. Stay with us as the Moody Blues Marching Band performs their halftime show, Music of the 80s.
On behalf of St. Clair County, Superintendent Justin Burns, Principal Dr. Chris Walton, Band Director Dr. Bradley Sargent, Auxiliary Sponsor Ms. Brittany Haskell, and Auxiliary Captain Gabby Ward, Emma Carroll, and Carter Ellis Waller. Please welcome to the field the 2023 Moody Blue Devils Marching Band.
Hi.
The school director is drum major Olympic and features a rock and roll theme, Just Open Arms, Don't Stop Believing, and Dream On. Drum major Alexa McKenna, Studio Band Ready.
Send everybody in prison. Send everybody in prison.
You may take the field. School Moody Blue Devils marching band. Sylacauga High School Marching Aggie Band. This year, we're proud to announce our halftime sponsor, Omni. Omni is a leading global producer of industrial minerals and a worldwide distributor of specialty ingredients. The Omni 2023 field show is titled Emotion. Emotion is the title of the 2023 Sylacauga High School Marching Aggie Band field production. Tonight, we will be presenting Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 of our fall production. Songs tonight include I Ain't Worried, featuring Caden Conklin on trumpet, Sunroof, Cicada and Fuse, D Minor, Halloween Theme, Night on Bald Mountain, and Remember Me. Drum Major Colin Bowen is the Sylacauga High School Marching Aggie Band ready. You may now take the field for your halftime performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sylacauga High School Marching Aggie Band.
Welcome back to Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. You're seeing the Sylacauga Marching Band perform their halftime show. We're going to try to get Coach Jake Gaines. I found Willie. We got about 1 minute before second half starts. So if I got Willie, let's go down to Willie Strickland, the big man on the sideline with Coach Gaines.
Coach, me and you both facing adversity tonight. Your thoughts on the first half?
I don't know how you guys dry up there or what. I mean, good gosh. But no, it was sloppy. It was pouring down. I'm proud of our guys. I think we've held up. Back and forth in terms of just running the ball at each other, being physical. Offense, we had the 2 penalties. One on the first drive on the big run, and then on this last drive coming this way, we had a holding on a big run. So got to cut those out because I feel like we're moving the ball pretty well. I don't know what the stats are, but I don't just feel like we're getting stoned. But at the same time, we only got 8 points. So we made some adjustments. I say the rain's dying down. It's about to pick back up. But regardless, it's a circumstance, and we got to come out here and we got to try to finish away and find a way to finish this game and win the ball game.
Well, Coach, let's get it done.
Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Coach Gaines.
Glad to be back, by the way.
Yeah, we are glad to have you back. Brett, the first half, Sylacauga, we thought had won the toss and wanted to receive. Actually, they deferred and they kicked off with the onside kick. Moody got the ball, drove right down the field, punched it in very quick, went for 2, made it, went up 8-0. Aggies get the ball, drive down the field. Connor Twyman goes around left end, takes it in, makes the extra point, 8-7. We're back and forth changing possessions. Aggies were driving deep in Blue Devil territory. They caused a fumble, stopped that drive. Had a good drive going. Coach Gaines just said some penalties hurt. Your thoughts on the first half?
Sure, yeah. One of the strengths of this Moody Blue Devil football team are smart coaches that make great halftime adjustments. And we saw that already in the first game last week against Pell City. We were able to adjust when we weren't prepared for a triple option wing T style offense. We adjusted and was able to shut them down. So I fully believe that defensive and offensive coaches are going to be able to take advantage of some things that they saw in the first half. Again, Connor Twyman, he's been out of the game. We don't know exactly what's going on with him. Replaced by C.J. Franklin that made a great throw to Quindavia Swain on the far sideline. Outside of that, passing game for both teams seems to be kind of non-existent. One highlight for me out of the first half, kind of interesting, is going to be Aiden Robinson, a lot of times in motion, making some beautiful blocks, clearing the way for Blaine Burke, as well as the offensive line for your Moody Blue Devils. So we're going to see a little bit more grit and grind in this second half as the rain continues to fall here at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, Alabama.
One thing coaches always say, game 2, you always see improvement from game 1.
Sure.
You should see improvement from game 1 and game 2. I've seen some improvement offensively on the offensive line. With Blaine being back, obviously he's going to make plays.
Sure.
Defensively, about the same as last week, a little improvement. They're holding when they need to. It's that bend, don't break type mentality. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half, especially with Connor Twyman, and we believe is still out. I see C.J. Franklin over on the sideline throwing passes, so it looks like C.J. will be getting the start the second half. So that kind of changes your game plan. You practice all week on number 5. Number 5 goes out. You're not used to seeing a number 18 out there.
That's correct.
So mentally you've got to focus on 18. He had a beautiful throw to Swain to keep the drive alive for the Aggies. Then we were able to hold them on 4th down to get the ball back, I believe, on that drive. We do have some, Brett, I believe we have some updates on some scores. Do you have those?
Yeah, interesting. One of the big calls that we made before the game was Jacksonville over Alexandria. Jacksonville's currently leading Alexandria at halftime, 31-0. So that's a big score. We've also got your leads, Green Wave and Pell City Panthers, an interesting call we made before the game, tied up at halftime at 17-17. Your Springville Tigers and Mortimer Jordan also tied up at 14.
Wow.
Again, Jacksonville.
Wow.
Leading Alexandria 31-0, and then Southside Gadsden Panthers we saw last night already secured the victory against Hoax Bluff.
Thank you, Brett, for that update. We're getting ready for the second half kickoff. Moody will be kicking off to the Aggies, so that defense will be back on the field. Hopefully we can get 3 and out, get the ball back, and get another score. I believe if we can get 2 more scores, I believe we can get this win. No turnovers, obviously, but with the ball being wet, the rain looks like from here it looks like it's still steady rain here at Legion Stadium at Sylacauga.
It's about like it was when we first got
was
here.
Was it? Really?
Not as bad.
All right, the fans are starting to get into it, so it looks like we're about to get this second half started. Back deep for the Aggies is number 2, Quindavius Swain, and number 3, Jakari Cottingham, are deep for the Aggies. Junior Marino, your senior, kicking off for the Blue Devils. Waiting on the referee to signal it live to go. Junior got the signal. There's the kick. And it goes in the end zone. Good kick by Junior Marino.
It's good to see from your kicker after kicking out of bounds in the first half. Hopefully he'll move forward with a little bit more confidence for the rest of the game after a great kick into the end zone to start off the second half.
Looks like Barack Willis is coming out for the second half, getting the start in the second half.
For the second half defense of Moody Blue Devils, I'm highlighting Cam Mallory and 66 Logan Hall. Those interior defensive linemen are going to mean so much to the next 2 quarters of this football game for your Moody Blue Devils.
C.J. Franklin is back at quarterback for the Aggies. 1st and 10. He takes the snap, hands off to Manchin, and he is met hard. Cam Mallory, Brady Dodd on the tackle. That play maybe made 1 yard. From this angle, actually it lost 2 yards.
2 yards.
Wow.
Yes.
Good first play for the Blue Devils on defense.
That's exactly what you want to see. Mentioned it a couple times already. The Aggies running backs are lined up far away from the quarterback. They get a full head of steam before they pick up that football, and they hit the line of scrimmage hard. So those big nasties with their hand down on the line are going to mean a whole lot to this Moody Blue Devils defense.
2nd and 12 for the Aggies. Franklin looks over the sideline. It looks like we have a timeout. Sylacauga takes the timeout, so obviously he did not like something he saw from his team or the Blue Devils alignment. At this time, we will take a quick break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
This is Senator Lance Bell. I want to thank you for the opportunity to represent you in Montgomery. I am so excited about this time of year as we watch our cheerleaders, our football teams, and our band as they perform on the field. And parents, I'm not forgetting about you. That's what's great about Alabama. I'm Senator Lance Bell. Thank you for the privilege to serve you in Montgomery.
One might be tempted to say, "Excuse me, Mr. Grill Man, there appears to be a little extra burger on my burger." You're dang right there is. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Welcome back to the 411 Network. It is 2nd and 12 for the Aggies. C.J. Franklin is your quarterback, replacing Connor Twyman. He takes the snap. Up the middle. And that defense, ball's on the ground, the ball's on the ground, it's on the ground, it's still on the ground. Moody recovers, That defense, what we needed. Looks like we have a player down. Looks like for Moody.
Number nine.
Jelijah Rutledge is down. Hey, in wet football, when the ball's on the ground, it's difficult to get a hold of the pigskin. So there was a scrum there. It looked like Elijah ended up at the bottom of it. Let's hope that he's okay. The
hope he's
are checking
okay
in on him
because,
now.
yes, Brett, he is replacing Chase Jackson and some of the defensive packages tonight. So this could be huge for the Blue Devils. Hopefully this young man is okay. Also hope Connor Twyman, a great athlete for the Aggies, we hope he is okay. We have not heard his injury, but our prayers and thoughts go out to him and his family and the coaching staff, fans of Sylacauga.
Sure,
we don't want to see anybody hurt.
I'd like to mention I did see Connor Twyman still dressed out and walking on the sideline before halftime got kicked off, so he may not be healthy enough to be in the football game, but at least he's healthy enough to move around on the sideline, so that's always good news.
Elijah Rutledge looks like he's walking off on his own, which is a good sign.
It's great to see.
So the Blue Devils calls a turnover on that first drive. Looks like we have the ball on the 10-yard line, so first and goal for the Blue Devils.
I'll give you one guess on who's getting it right here. I'm playing number 1 for the Moody Blue Devils offense out of halftime.
Jacob, looks like Braden Wright in. Jacob Hadaway is in.
Zane Smith also.
They're in the heavy package where Blaine Burke takes the snap. He goes around right in, left in, and he's in. One play. Yes, Blaine Burke. Beast mode goes in for the Blue Devils.
Again, that heavy package really relies on the lead block by Zane Smith, and Blaine Burke just followed around his tail right on into the end zone for a Moody Blue Devil touchdown coming right out of the first half.
I'm starting to like that heavy package, Brett.
So am I. When I was in high school, they'd shake their bellies a little bit to let you know what's coming.
So I can definitely tell y'all it was beautiful to watch down here on the sideline.
We're jealous. You got the field view. We're at an angle here, Willie. All I could see was a bunch of old nasties in front of him paving the way. So it looks like we're going for 2 here. Charlie's in.
A little bit of confusion for the Blue Devils trying to figure out the package.
Charlie takes the snap.
Look for Blaine in the end zone.
Wide open. 2-point conversion is good. With 10 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter, Moody Blue Devils 16, Sylacauga Aggies 7. We will go to a commercial break at this time. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
As respected industry leaders, we are here.
Working hard for you.
In an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine
and excellence in sports injury prevention.
We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here to help keep your kids and family
safe and healthy.
We are here for you.
Aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Welcome back to Sylacauga, Alabama Legion Stadium. Your Blue Devils forced a turnover on the first drive of Sylacauga, getting the ball on the 10-yard line. And it was the Blaine Burke show. All Blaine, one play and a TD, then the 2-point conversion. Charlie Johnston over to Blaine. When number 5's on the field, good things usually happen. Looks like they threw a flag on the Blue Devils. Not sure what happened. You can't see the...
Trying to ascertain what's going on from the refs. Maybe getting waved off here. And it will be.
No flag, thank goodness. Junior Marino set to kick off to the Aggies. Swain and Cottingham deep for Sylacauga.
Put it in the end zone, Junior.
I saw that one from up here.
Looks like offsides.
It was offsides against Moody.
That would be flags and whistles, flags and whistles.
Willie's back.
Willie, did that kick go out of bounds?
Coach Wiley, who coaches our special teams, is not a happy man right now. So special teams play such an important part in a football game. People this kickoff. Will a 5-yard penalty down the road could play into this ball game? We hope not. That's why you have to coach it hard each and every week.
And Coach Wiley takes so much pride in that special teams. I know he'll have them right for Alexandria next week.
Moody penalized 5 yards. So see if he can get it out of the end zone.
Great
Good kick. And Swain lets it go. And it goes into the end zone.
Wow.
Good job. A senior, Junior Marino.
Yeah, give that man some love, especially after getting knocked back a few yards for an offsides call to still be able to boot it into the end zone.
Yep.
That's invaluable.
So the Moody Blue Devil defense is back on the field. Simon Molay is in at one defensive end. Number 99, Caleb O'Neill, the junior defensive lineman, 6'1", 273, is checked into the ball game.
Desron Mobley in as well at number 24. Looks like an outside backer position.
C.J. Franklin, your quarterback for the Aggies. Takes the snap, hands off to Manchin. The Blue Devils, they have adjusted very well at halftime, Brett.
They sure have, and again, kind of one-dimensional from your Sylacauga Aggies. They're running behind that pulling guard. Again, the interior defensive lineman able to create a pile at the line of scrimmage. Looks like we got a Moody Blue Devil down, and that's going to be
Gavin Baker.
Number 3, Gavin Baker, limps
He's
off the
coming
sideline.
off.
Gavin Baker last week with 13 total tackles. Let's hope that he can make a speedy recovery and get back in the football game. Empty backfield.
See, Elijah Rutledge, I think, is back in the ball game. CJ takes a snap, fires over. Oh, incomplete pass. The ball is a live ball. Falls into incomplete. You can see the speed of that Blue Devil defense.
Swarming. That's what we called it in high school. They're swarming to the football. You love to see those white hats every time the pigskin hits the ground.
With a wet field like this, you have to be very careful for injuries. I know the kids are playing hard, and you coach them to play hard, but it's a turf field. Hopefully Gavin will be back. But it's 3rd and about 7.
And that's number 19, Sean Barnes. Looks like he's taking over for Elijah while he's out.
Okay.
At the top of your screen.
C.J. Franklin matching in motion.
Empty backfield, look for a pass.
And looks like they're coming.
What do we see there?
Looks
that
like
would also be flags and whistles.
What can you tell us, Willie?
False start.
That's what it looks like to me. That's exactly what it is.
Well, I think Charlie Kitts, I believe, was that Charlie Kitts, or was that Simon Molay was blitzing on that play from up at this angle? I couldn't tell. C.J. Franklin, and he throws it deep, and he's got a guy wide open. The pass is complete.
Number 3, Cottingham.
Cottingham has got speed.
A.J. Madison.
Cottingham has got speed, and he's in. Touchdown, Aggies. Looks like the Devils were on a busted coverage there. He was wide open.
That can happen on a night like this where it's run. Your defensive backs can get a little bit lulled to sleep. Jakari Cottingham found a seam, was able to make a catch, break a few tackles, and find his way into the end zone.
C.J. Franklin, that was a very pretty pass he threw. He was under some pressure, but he got it off, completed it for the touchdown for the Aggies.
They may have seen a younger secondary in for your Moody Blue Devils and
That's
decided
true.
to take a shot to see if they could knock something in.
The extra point is good with 9 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Your score, Moody Blue Devils 16, Sylacauga Aggies 14. We will be taking a commercial break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
Contact Bart Perry for an auto quote today.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
Welcome back to Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. Moody felt real good being up 16-7, and just like that, Sylacauga is right back in this ball game.
And you may be asking yourself, why is Coach Gaines choosing to go for two on a night like this? Well, you're seeing it right there. On a game like this, super wet, grit and grind football, every point matters more. He sees something that he likes and he's going for it. It may make the difference.
Sylacauga did an onside kick to start the game. Let's see what they have here. Another pooch kick. Fair catch called.
It's Aiden Robinson.
Aiden Robinson. Moody will take over on their own 33-yard line. So let's see what they have here.
Willie, when you get a free moment, could you go give us an update on Elijah Rutledge? See how he's doing.
KD Barnes is down here at the bottom of your screen. He's a senior, 6'1", 173 wide receiver. Blaine Burke in motion. Charlie keeps it. Charlie kept it. Good, smart decision by Charlie. They read the play.
He was looking for Blaine kind of on a little sail route, and he saw that play was getting shut down quickly and decided he'd play it safe, keep it to himself. You might want to see your quarterback throw it out of bounds in that situation, but at least he kept the football safe.
So second at about 14, it looks like, for the Blue Devils. Aiden in motion. Hand off to Blaine Burke. Up the middle. He finds a hole, and he breaks. Oh, my goodness. He broke another. Almost broke it.
Running hard. Behind number 3, Jacob Hadaway, making
and
he
looks like he comes up a little, limping a little bit. He's stretching it out. 3rd and 7 for the Blue Devils.
He's not tapping his helmet yet. Nothing a few steps can't work out for the young man.
He runs so hard every play.
He sure does.
Charlie Johnston's looking over the sideline to get the play.
Aggies making some
15 seconds on the 40-second clock. Aggies look confused. Looks like a false start against the Blue Devils.
Hate to see that. Aiden Robinson had a seam up the middle on a quick slant route. Looked like Charlie was switching his eyes from Blaine over to him. Push it back 3rd and long for your Blue Devils. Expect again another shot from Charlie Johnston.
3rd and 12 now for the Blue Devils. 8 minutes, 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Maybe the same play. Yep, straight back to it.
Charlie Johnson in the pocket. Oh! Pass was broken up by number
Story.
8, Caleb Story. Brings up 4th down for the Blue Devils.
Offense is still in. See if they try to draw them off with a hard count or maybe go to Blue Devil punt. They seem pretty comfortable doing that. Seems to be a 4th down go-to, and that's exactly what they'll do here.
Charlie backs up. Takes the snap. Good punt, Charlie. Good punt.
Blue Devil bounce. Oh, what?
Oh, the ball's on the ground. The ball's on the ground. It's recovered by Moody, I believe. Waiting for the signal.
Yep.
Blue Devil ball. I'm sure the Sylacauga player doesn't want to go back to the sideline because Coach Smelly is beside himself.
David, what have I been saying for 2 weeks? That's why you yell Peter. That's why you yell Peter. I don't understand. Undisciplined play right there, and the Blue Devils will take advantage of it. We'll see Blaine Burke get it right here. Maybe take it in the end zone on play 1. I'd like to see that again.
Back in the heavy package, Wildcat with Blaine Burke at quarterback.
it is. So patient.
He bounces it outside. He's patient. Looks like we got a
some
flag.
flags on the play.
Yep.
We're going to get a hold. Looks like probably number 61, Cam Mallory. Generally a defensive player. Used to grabbing onto a little bit of jersey. Can't do that in a heavy package on offense.
Moody be penalized 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Looks like the heavy package. Nope, Charlie Johnston is coming back into the ball game.
As well as Josiah Dozier.
First time I believe we've seen him tonight. I'm not sure, Brett.
He's been in a couple packages. Good to see him back on the football field. Side note, Josiah Dozier voted Blue Devil of the Week for Moody High School. Blue Devil of the Month, actually. Love to see
That's
on
right.
and off
Congratulations.
the field. Great young man.
Charlie Johnson's in the cadence. Takes the snap. Hands off to Blaine Burke up the middle, and there's a hole. There's a hole. There he goes, Blaine Burke. There you go. My goodness. Blaine Burke. Beast mode. Number 5.
Can you say highlight tape? He's lightning in a ball. Every time he puts his hands on the football, he's got a chance to take it the distance.
He does. He is so fun to watch.
I absolutely enjoy and thankful that I can stand out here and watch that young man run every week. It is absolutely beautiful.
It's like 2nd and about 4.
Trips wide for your Blue Devils.
2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. Charlie Johnson takes over to Blaine Burke.
Number 8, Caleb Story from the Aggies, able to make the tackle. He's been all over the football field. Very athletic young man, making a lot of plays.
Now heavy package is back in.
As well as Amon Lane, split out wide. Keep an eye on that.
Third and 3, ball on the Aggie 15-yard line. Blaine Burke in the Wildcat. Takes the snap. Goes off left side. He hurdles a man. And does not make it.
Lose yardage on the play.
Looks like he lost some yardage.
You got a flag down here.
There is a penalty on the play. Don't know the call.
Officials are having a little conference down there to make sure they make the right call.
You know he jumped over the player. I wonder if that's what they're about to call, because if I remember, they're not supposed to. No, never mind. We're waving the flag.
Waving the flag.
Good deal. Good deal.
That is a rule in high school of jumping over the player. So it's 4th and 3 for Moody. Charlie Johnston's back in the ball game. Looks like they're going for it here.
Heavy package. Oh, not heavy package.
Hand off to Blaine Burke. He busts it around.
Beast. First down.
Makes the first down for the Blue Devils. Brandon King, the center, is slow gaining up. Don't know if he got tangled up on that last play. But that Blaine picks up a Blue Devil first down, keeping the drive alive. 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. First down, first and goal from Moody. Charlie stays in. He gets to play from the sideline. Hadaway's in motion, takes the snap. He looks, fired over the middle. Aiden Robinson. He's in. Is he in?
I don't think so.
Is it in? I can't tell. Did they signal?
Nope.
No, they set him down to 1, but from my view, it looks like he rolled over the top of the player and fell in the end zone.
Blue Devils will hurry into the line of scrimmage. Officials seem to be slowing him down a little bit. It's not what you want to see as a Blue Devil.
Blaine Burke with the carry. Off the right side for the Blue Devil touchdown.
What you're getting from Blaine Burke right there is a beast with patience. It's one thing to be a beast. It's another thing to know how to play the sport of football, wait for your gap to develop, and hit it hard. Blaine Burke, beast mode, returns to your Moody Blue Devil offense.
Now the all-important extra point, I believe, from Junior Marino.
I believe he was 5 for 5 last week. Was that the statistic?
Yes, he was. He's waiting on the snap. Snaps up, ball's up, and it is good.
Make him 6 for 6 on the season.
With 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the third quarter, your score, Moody Blue Devils 23, Sylacauga Aggies 14. At this time, we will take a commercial break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
411 Nation. It's Coach Cam, owner of SF3 Performance, head strength coach here at Moody High School. I mean, there's no real reason for me to have a commercial unless I had a website where I sold hoodies. But other than that, I really wanted to take the time to say thank you to the city of Moody, everybody involved with our schools here in Moody, our principals, our coaches, our teachers, our athletes, our 411 kids, friends and family, literally the entire 411 Nation. Thank you.
Welcome back to Sylacauga, Alabama, Legion Stadium. The Blue Devils capitalized on that turnover to go up 23-14. Now let's see if that defense can stop them, Brad, on this series.
We'd certainly love to see that.
The rain still falling here in Sylacauga. The weather forecast we thought was no rain, but you know, they're human just like us, so that model was wrong, obviously. Junior Marino to kick it off for the Blue Devils. He gets the signal. And a penalty. And Coach Wiley is having a meltdown.
He sure is. They're getting him back to the sideline.
He doesn't want to be pulled back. When the hat comes off, whoever moved need to be careful when they come off the sideline because he will give them an earful, as he should.
Coach Wiley was my position coach for a couple of years at defensive end, and when his hat came off and he was staring in my direction, I wanted to be anywhere else but on a football field. I know that these guys are going to get an earful tonight and Sunday watching film.
Coach Wiley, a long-time coach here at Moody. So Moody penalized 5 yards. Quindivia Swain on the return. He's got to open around that left side, and oh!
Looked like number 10, maybe Caleb Goff.
Caleb Goff. Yep, good job, Caleb.
That's a big fella running down at full speed.
Yeah, Swain, 6'4", 190 senior for the Aggies. C.J. Franklin has replaced Connor Twyman, who got hurt earlier in the ball game. Waiting on the cadence, takes the snap, hands off. Manchin off left tackle.
Great adjustments from your Moody Blue Devil defense. That play was
A.J. Madison on the tackle for Moody. Play made about 4 yards, 2nd and 6 for the Aggies. Barack Willis in at defensive end. Cottingham is in motion.
Elijah back out there for the Blue Devils. Good to see.
Swain in motion. He's wide open.
Number 1, Amon Lane, got drawn in by the running quarterback. He let the player run behind him. Just wasn't in the right position to make a play. He was wide open, and that's a huge gain for your Aggies.
What we thought was going to be a slugfest on the ground has now opened up to the air attack for the Aggies. Big gain from C.J. Franklin to number 3, Jakari Cunningham. First and goal, Aggies. Let's see if the Blue Devils get a stop here. C.J. Franklin hands off to Manchin. He is met up the middle. He's still going.
Number 6, Marshall Teofilio, a younger man, able in there to hit him in the backfield and slow down the play for the Blue Devils.
Marshall Teofilio is a sophomore linebacker, 5'11", 185.
Made a great quick read. Exactly what you want out of a inside linebacker. I'd love to wrap him up and finish him in the backfield next time.
3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the third quarter. C.J. Franklin waiting on the snap. He takes the snap.
Little waggle to number 3, Cotting.
Oh, almost picked off. I could not tell who was defending on that.
C.J. Franklin rolled down a little waggle, was looking for Cottingham, wasn't able to connect. Near pick for your Blue Devils. Looked like maybe Sidney Walton in on the pass breakup.
Third and gold. Third and gold for the Aggies.
Big football play here.
They've got trips. C.J. Franklin is waiting. Barack Willis.
Look out for number 2, Swain.
Barack Willis.
Really
oh, my goodness. Oh, Cam Mallory. Barack Willis. C.J. Franklin is slow getting up.
Cam Mallory will be able to thank Barack Willis for the help making that sack. You should also thank your secondary for your Moody Blue Devils. We're able to cover up the Aggie receivers to make sure that their strong men had time to get to him in the backfield.
So it looks like they're going to come in for a field goal. Watch anything crazy here. Coach Smelly gave out. It's down to 4, 3, 2, 1. He got it off. The kick is up. It is good.
That's impressive.
2 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the ball game. Your score, Moody Blue Devils 23, Sylacauga Aggies 17. We'll take a break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
One might be tempted to say, "Excuse me, Mr. Grill Man, there appears to be a little extra burger on my burger." You're dang right there is.
Everybody goes to Milo's.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
We are back live, Sylacauga, Alabama, on a rainy Friday night at Legion Stadium. Kicking off for the Aggies is Ethan Pruitt. He does their punting and kickoff and field goals. Burke is back deep along with Amon Lane, and there goes a little pooch kick, maybe out of bounds. Big play for Moody. Looks like they'll get the ball at the 30.
Slow to throw the flag, but it finally came out.
Actually, it goes to the 35-yard line for the Blue Devils. Good field position. Charlie Johnston is your quarterback. Blaine Burke is to his left.
Hadaway in motion.
Hadaway is in motion. Hands off to Blaine Burke. He sees a hole. Up the middle. Blaine Burke picked up 5 yards. Found that little seam.
Yeah, give credit to the offensive line there. Letting the play develop, creating a hole, letting Blaine Burke hit it.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 for Moody. Coach K calling this play in to Charlie. Blaine Burke is in motion. Hands off to Blaine Burke. He looks, he stops his direction, changes back. Oh, my goodness.
That was a lot of maturity from Blaine Burke. You could tell he was thinking about kicking it out even further to try to get around. He decided to get upfield.
Letting the play develop, then he just cuts back, goes up the middle. It's 3rd and 1 for Moody.
Burke is off, Abram Jackson in to replace. We learned last week that's not necessarily a weakness.
Charlie's in his cadence. Takes the snap, hands off to Abram. Abram finds it up the middle.
Great play.
Abram gets that first down for the Blue Devils, and the Aggies has a player slow getting up. As number 7 senior Landon Burns.
Charlie Johnson comes off the field.
So in at quarterback for the Blue Devils, number 16 Brighton Usery. I guess he is a senior quarterback, 6'1", 170. Taking the snaps. Aiden Robinson is in motion. High snap, he takes it, but he runs.
Yeah, had some good movement there.
Brighton took the snap, high snap, went up the middle for 6 yards for the Blue Devils.
For a young man who hasn't taken any snaps tonight, he looked very comfortable in there. Was able to get in there at snap.
Well, Brendan's used to snap into a 6'5".
That's true.
Quarterback now. Brighton is a 6'1", so you have to kind of adjust on that.
That's certainly true. Backup quarterback, backup running back in for the Blue Devils.
Brighton waiting on the snap. Signals motion for Aiden Robinson motion. Takes the snap. He keeps it. He's off the right side. Got a big hole.
It's great vision. Great vision.
Great vision by Brighton. Picks up that Blue Devil first down. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Your Blue Devils leading 23-17. Buckle up. Got the 4th quarter coming. This time we'll take a quick commercial break. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer? Manor brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Want to know why it's hard to stop a train? It's how we've invented products that reinvented our world. It's how we test as hard as the elements do. It's how we run.
Welcome back to Legion Stadium. We just had the lowering of the American flag at the end of the 3rd quarter. We want to thank our men and women serving our armed forces throughout the world, protecting us, keeping our freedom alive. We want to thank you for your service to our country. And before I forget, a big shout out to my partner in crime right here, Brett Staggs, and his beautiful wife, Kayla, expecting their first child March 2024. Brett, your life is about to change for the better. And Mike and Kim, your parents, their life is about to change for the better. And Kayla's parents as well. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're praying for a very successful and healthy pregnancy.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to you.
Thank
there,
you very
big man.
much. Thank you very much. We're so excited.
So the Blue Devils, that last play, picked up a first down. They're driving. They're on the 38-yard line.
They're sticking with
the
Brighton.
Aggies. The down marker is still showing 4th. So I don't know. The game clock is showing 2nd down and 5.
Certainly a first down. Still
So
have
it's the
Brighton in
first down. They
ballgame.
finally changed it. So Brighton Usury is in the game at quarterback. Takes a snap, fires it over to Aiden, and the ball hit the ground.
Oof. That was close.
Looks like bobbles the snap. And it looks like it bounced up. So pass goes incomplete to Aiden. 2nd and 10. Really not a bad call.
Not a bad call. The rain looks like it stopped here in Legion Stadium, so may see some more pass plays.
Abram Jackson takes it up the middle. He busts it. Oh, good run by Abram Jackson. He picked up about 6 yards, 5 to 6 yards. Looks like 5 yards.
Hurry up offense in your Blue Devils.
He takes the snap.
There we go.
Abram Jackson's with the ball. He breaks it open. Abram Jackson down to the 2-yard line. There is a penalty flag. Come back. I think they're going to get Sylacauga with too many men on the field. We're waiting, though. We're waiting for the call. Everybody hold their breath.
Certainly on Sylacauga. I don't know if that works.
Have not
as a free
seen
play for
the
your
call
Blue
yet
Devils.
from the head referee. He is communicating to the ref who threw the flag. So there is an injured player for the Aggies. So that will stop the clock with 11 minutes and 22 seconds in the 4th quarter. First down, Blue Devils.
Blue Devils decline
Abram
the penalty.
Jackson on that run off right in. The speed, Brett, that Abram has.
Yeah, he really displayed it there, and I'm kind of loving seeing this this tag team with Brighton and Abram in the backfield. So let's watch the replay here. Abram Jackson hits
Great
a
blocking
seam.
by the O-line. There is Aiden Robinson again with that block, as you mentioned earlier, Brett.
Yeah, I love to see a receiver who's going to work hard and make some plays for his running back as well, blocking.
So their player is walking off. Glad to see that.
Number 11, KD Cannon, walking off the field under his own power. Heavy
still in.
with Brighton.
With Brighton at the quarterback.
Zane
Smith in at running back, number 13. He takes the snap, follows his blocker. He's in.
Touchdown.
He's
Blue
in.
Devils.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Brighton Usury off right guard.
Man, I'd like to mention Zane Smith has made some incredible blocks to free up his playmakers for touchdowns. I also want to mention Charlie Johnston is completely healthy. Sat on the sideline and watched Brighton, the backup, make a great play after making some great play himself. So 2 good options at quarterback, and now Johnston back in at QB for looks like another 2-point conversion.
Abram is back in the game.
Blaine standing on the sideline as well, looks healthy.
Charlie takes the snap, looks, fires, touchdown!
KD
Or 2-point
Barnes.
conversion, correction.
KD Barnes. on the
KD
catch.
Barnes, senior.
That's backyard
Charlie,
football right there. He lined up man on man. He said, I'm going to beat you on the inside. Charlie made a great throw. KD Barnes in for 2.
Got carried away and called touchdown, but 2-point conversion
You
is
love to see
good.
it.
That pass from Charlie Johnston, my goodness.
You're talking about threading the needle. I mean, right here in front of me, he got that ball in between that defender's hands to the receiver. It was beautiful.
Willie, what's the energy like down there on the sideline now that we're up a little bit more?
Yeah, it's a lot more energy down here from all of us.
A little breathing room. Still Plenty of time on the clock. 11 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Back to return for the Aggies is number 2, Quindavius Swain, and number 3, Jakari Cottingham. Dangerous returners for the Aggies.
Certainly. That was a great drive from your Moody Blue Devils, especially seeing Abram Jackson and Brighton in there running the plays. That gives you a little bit of comfort moving into the season. We got some added depth on the Moody Blue Devils this year.
Junior Marino with the kick. Cottingham on the return, looking for a seam, and he met. Good kick by Junior Marino.
You think that kickoff team may be a little scared of Coach Wiley right now, keeping their assignments?
I would agree.
Especially after giving up a touchdown last week. Your Moody Blue Devils were in position to make the play. This year they've seen a lot, or this week rather, they've seen a lot more discipline on their kickoffs, make sure they fill their lanes correctly when they do get it off without a penalty.
Look for something here, Brett, that the Blue Devils may have not seen, a halfback pass, something to kind of pull them in to catch them off guard.
Jagger Ludolf and Marshall Teofilo in younger linebackers. Looks like Coach Gaines has chosen to go with the younger core for these last few plays.
C.J. Franklin, your quarterback for the Aggies. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, hands off to Matchin, up the middle. He picked up about 5 yards. He is a hard runner for the Aggies.
He sure is.
Actually, looks like he made 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for the Aggies.
You'd love to see Elijah back in for your Moody Blue Devils.
Charlie Kitts, Barack Willis are your ends. So look for something from the Aggies here. Matching again on the carry in the pile. He's still pushing the pile.
Slow to the whistle for the referees. Normally a referee would have blown that down a little while ago.
That last play picked up a Aggie first down.
I'm going to say that young man did quite a few hack squats in the offseason.
Yeah, seems like it.
Strong legs for sure.
Hey, look for a shot here from your Aggies.
You need to get some pressure.
Sidney Walton at the top of your screen.
CJ, yep, and Brock Willis. Brock Willis is putting pressure. He throws it out of bounds, and there's a penalty flag on Moody. But that was you can't catch that ball.
Uncatchable football.
He threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, generally we wouldn't get called on pass interference on an uncatchable ball. Interesting call there from your Sylacauga officials. Interesting couple of calls.
That is 15 yards from the spot, previous spot, or is it 10 yards?
I don't know, but Coach Gaines isn't happy.
He is not happy. He wants an explanation, but they're not coming over to give it to him.
Yeah, they don't seem.
So first and 10 Aggies. You knew they were going to try to throw something deep. So new set of downs. C.J. Franklin waiting on the snap. Hard can't hit it.
Barack Willis seems to be drawn into the neutral zone. The Aggies have got us with that a few times tonight. I'm looking for the Aggies to keep the ball in the air now that the weather's dry and they've had some success in the last couple of drives.
9 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the ball game. Sylacauga driving on Moody. 1st and 5. C.J. Franklin, the quarterback. Takes the snap, hands off the Manchin up the middle. Oh, Barack Willis.
Decided to make up for that penalty that he caused on the last play.
He's is so fast off the ball.
It's like a heat-seeking missile. It's see ball, get ball. He's just an
athlete.
That
play
and
may
he
be
loves to make
gained.
Tackles.
He may have gained 1 yard if that. So 2nd and 4.
Again, watch for a shot. Swain at the top of your screen going up against Sidney Walton. Plenty of space, a lot of cushion on that coverage.
Should be getting some push. Looks like we're coming with the house, and we are. And here he comes, and he throws.
Flag on the play.
Another flag on the play.
Amon.
That pass is complete to Coach Gaines on the sideline.
Coach Gaines is not happy.
Amon pushed Odin Bryce, the wide receiver, out of bounds while the ball was in the air.
Another pass interference, keeping the drive alive for the Aggies. So that play picks up from the spot of the foul, gives the Aggies a new set of downs. Some confusion on the defense of Moody. Looking over to the sideline, looks like they got the right personnel in. 8 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the ball game.
Watch Swain at the top of your field. Empty backfield.
C.J. Franklin, your quarterback for the Aggies, takes the ball, and he runs. Oh!
Looked like number 8, Charlie Kitts, in there in the backfield, disrupting the Aggie offense. And then a host of Blue Devils in to help him.
Lost about 5 yards, 6 yards on that play.
Good job, Charlie Kitts, a senior outside linebacker at 6'1", 190.
Looks like they only gave him 4-yard loss, so 2nd and 14 for the Blue Devil, for the Aggies. They're going to try to throw it.
Swain at the top, Odin Bryce at the bottom of your screen.
Need to keep putting pressure. Looks like they've put somebody over Barack. And there he is. And great play.
I think number 6, Marshall Teofilo, in on the pressure, is able to disrupt that Aggie offense and not give number 18, the quarterback, a chance to make a play. Good job, Marshall.
3rd and 14 for the Aggies. A big play here. Watch something like a screen, something Moody has not seen tonight.
Again, my eyes are on Swain at the top of your screen and Odin Bryce at the bottom.
Hard count, trying to draw Moody off sides.
Also keep
Matching
eyes
is
on
in
number 3.
motion. 18, 2 seconds to go on the clock, takes the snap, and he's under pressure, and he throws it, and it's incomplete.
He never took his eyes off of Odin Bryce at the bottom of your screen, and he was covered up the entire way. Great pressure from your defensive line. Wonderful play for your Moody Blue Devil defense.
So it's 4th down. What will Chris Smelly do? It looks like he's keeping his offense on the field.
I don't know how you don't throw it up to Swain right here at 6'4" and 1,000,000 pounds.
Well, Moody's defensive front, is putting so much pressure.
They sure are.
They're starting to. So it looks like Sylacauga is taking a timeout. We will stay with it. We have 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the ball game. It looks like the rain has finally stopped here at Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. A good turnout for the 411 Nation. Thank you for traveling down 280 Highway 21 to support the Blue Devils. For those watching on the 411 network, we appreciate you watching. Along with myself, Willie, and Brett, we're having the times of our lives here doing this for you.
I am in agreement with that. These Friday nights.
It's like when Thursday gets here, guys, it's Christmas Eve again,
Sure
all over
is.
again. We know Friday night is coming.
Love to see some great defensive line play from your Moody Blue Devils, and I may be biased towards that position. But interior and exterior linemen are putting pressure on the quarterback here in this third and fourth quarter.
So watch for this will be a perfect time for a screen that we have not seen all night.
Swain at
So
the top of your
Barack
screen.
Willis is up along with Charlie Kitts, and looks like they're going to bring the house. C.J. Franklin waiting for the snap. He takes the snap. Barack Willis. Oh, my goodness.
Delayed
Barack
route.
Willis. He's got open. And looks like he picked up the
He's short.
first down.
I don't know. Yep.
No, they're giving him the first down.
That was a delayed route. It looked like Swain kind of paused, took a stutter step while his quarterback rolled out, decided to keep it and pick up the first down with his feet.
So C.J. Franklin, a big gainer for the Aggies, keeping the drive alive. He hands off to Manchin up the middle. Moves the pile. He picked up about 5 yards.
Number 8, Charlie Kitts, is going to run off the sideline. Be replaced by number 90, Simon Millay.
2nd and 5 for the Aggies. C.J. Franklin waiting on the snap. Takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He throws it. Swain.
Sidney Walton with one of the most beautiful plays, but they're calling pass interference, it looks like. He jammed him off the sideline, which normally you can get away with. The official didn't seem to like it on this particular play. Or he jammed him on the line of scrimmage, rather.
Holding against Moody. My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I think they picked that up against Sidney Walton. I thought it was great coverage. The officials here in Legion Stadium disagree.
So 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the ball game. Looks like that play, 1st and goal for the Aggies. Let's see if we can create a turnover. Hold them. Bend, don't break. Franklin fires over the middle. Oh, thought it was picked off.
He kept his eyes on Odin Bryce the entire way. He was able to beat some of our players inside on a slant route, but he threw it a little too high, and Amon got his hands on it. Almost went back the other way, probably for 6 if he was able to catch that one.
It was just on his fingertips.
C.J. Franklin is a sophomore. Hands off to Manchin up the middle. Finds a little running room.
Devils trying to force a fumble, as they've done a couple of times in the red zone.
Number 22 comes up with the ball for Moody. Jagger Ludoff come up with the ball, but they ruled him down, so it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and goal.
When this quarterback knows he's going to pass, he looks to one receiver the whole way. It doesn't seem like he gets through his progression. He is a backup, so let's see what happens here. Bringing some pressure.
And here comes the pressure. He
Just
throws it
over
up.
Top. Great coverage, no flag. Sidney Walton, beautiful
Well, imagine
coverage.
that. No flag on that play.
Sidney Walton did exactly what you want your corner to do in that high fade situation, especially against a 6'4", very athletic Quindavius Swain. He got close to him and squeezed him to the sideline so he couldn't make a play on the ball.
Look for the same thing. They're going to try to get a penalty here. Looks like they're going for it. 5 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the ball game.
Huge play.
Huge play for the defense here. Manchin goes in motion. Looks like there's a – Coach Gaines has called a timeout.
Yes. Rightfully so.
Looks like a timeout on the field for the Blue Devils. We'll take one as well. You're watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. That's roughing the passer.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back and he tramples him some more and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what?
Contact local agent Bart Perry for an auto quote today.
One might be tempted to say, excuse me, Mr. Grill Man, there appears to be a little extra burger on my burger. You're dang right there is.
Everybody goes to Milo's.
Welcome back to Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga, Alabama. We have 5 minutes and 59 seconds left in the ball game. 4th down for the Aggies. This could be the ball game,
Big
Brett.
football play. Yeah, Chase Jackson, senior leader who's not on the field tonight for the Moody Blue Devils, mentioned in the Coach Gaines show that defense loves to feel the pressure, and right now the Moody Blue Devil defense is definitely feeling the pressure of a big football play right now.
Look for I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It could be a screen. I don't know down here at the goal line if they would do that, but here we go, folks. Manchin's in motion. C.J. Franklin, your quarterback. Barack Willis is up top.
He's going to Swain here at the top of your screen.
He's waiting on the snap. 13 seconds on the game clock. He takes it. He throws it up. It is intercepted! Intercepted by the Blue Devils!
A.J. Madison gets the pick. Wow.
Great play. Great play.
A.J. Madison, beautiful read, was able to break on the ball and make the pick. Again, your Moody Blue Devil defense is able to hold up under pressure. Apologize we didn't get the shot. We are working with limited space here in this booth, but if you didn't see it, A.J. Madison made a great break on the ball, was able to pick that for your Moody Blue Devil defense, and hopefully we'll be able to run a little time off with 5 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter here.
Looks like Usury is back in. Brighton takes the snap, and he's brought down. So not sure why Brighton is taking the snaps. Charlie looks to be fine. Willie, can you get us an update on Charlie, if everything okay?
I will see what I can find out.
Play lost a yard. 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the ball game.
Probably won't see a whole lot of urgency from your Blue Devils on this drive, letting the clock run down.
Abram Jackson with a carry. There's a hole. Abram up the middle, pushes the pile.
Shout out to Caden Smith, number 72, for your offensive line. Pulled and was able to make a great block to create a hole for Abram Jackson to run behind. Good job, big fella.
The coaches have raved about Caden in the offseason or summer workouts and during fall camp, how much he improved. He improved to get that starting position this year.
Interesting choice with Brighton and Abram in the backfield. But if it ain't broke, I guess don't fix it. They're making great hay here for this Moody Blue Devil offense.
Waiting on the snap. He takes the snap. Abram Jackson. Oh, Abram Jackson picks up. Looks like he picked up the first down for the Blue Devils.
It's going to be close.
Went off.
Yep, and we got it.
Left in to pick up that Blue Devil first down to keep that clock going. 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game.
Bradley Blaze, the junior, showing them a little something with motion. Katie Barnes in the slot.
Brighton is your quarterback. Brighton Usury taking the snap. Takes the snap. Abram Jackson off right guard. Picks up 9 yards.
He's getting his. Great game last week. He's holding on to the football, playing very disciplined football. You'd like to see that from
Picked
the
up 8 yards on that carry.
Sure did.
2nd and 2. I will say Sylacauga is much improved from last year, Brett. Hard-fighting team. Coach Smelly will get this program turned around pretty quickly.
They're also playing very disciplined. They're also using some depth. A couple of backups coming into the game and making.
They have a lot of seniors starting for them, so Brighton takes the snap. He's off right in. Picks up the Blue Devil first down.
Nice to have a strong quarterback that's able to take it to the ground like Brighton to be able to come in and replace Charlie Johnston when you need him to.
2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the ball game. Looks like they're just going to keep it on the ground, run the clock.
You love to see this. The Aggies do still have 2 timeouts left.
I was just looking at that. Looks like Moody has none. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Brighton Usury Quarterback hands off to Abram Jackson right up off the right side. And somebody's helmet, one of the big linemen.
That's 77 J.B. Myers coming off
J.B.
the
Myers.
field.
But look how quick coaches substitute.
Austin
you have to be
Owen,
ready.
65 in to replace.
So 72 comes out.
Caden Smith also coming out.
Looks like we'll see some subs coming in to give some reps, which will be beneficial in the long run. Brighton Usury taking the snap, hands off to Abram Jackson.
Sylacauga using a 5-man front, trying to create some pressure there. Eventually, if I'm Sylacauga at some point, I mean, with only a minute left, it's looking pretty difficult for them to be able to come back. Blue Devils done a great job of running a lot of time off the clock in this drive.
Number 27, Logan Johnson, a freshman wide receiver, 5'9", 145, checks into the ball game.
And here we go.
3rd and 3 for the Blue Devils. 54 seconds to go in the ball game.
Looks like they're going to allow Brighton to kneel on it.
Takes the snap. 36 seconds. Looks like this is it, folks. Coach Smelly is not using one of his timeouts.
The official is not stoked with Coach Gaines and the crew stepping onto the football field. Apparently, he still thinks the Aggies have a chance. They'll run victory one more time, it seems, with the Aggies.
Well, it's 4th down.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be the football game.
Yep. That's the end of the ball game. Your Moody Blue Devils 31, Sylacauga Aggies 17, 2-0. We'll get Coach Willie will interview Coach Jake Gaines, also interview Blaine Burke. And Willie, try to get Cam Mallory if you can. Gaines, Blaine, and Cam Mallory. Hard-fought football game from the Aggies. They will win some ball games this year. I hope their quarterback, Connor Twyman, is okay. He's a very gifted athlete. Do not know what happened. Moody will be on the road again next week as we travel up the road I-20 to Alexandria, Lou Scales Stadium, where the ghost of Lou Scales does come out at Alexandria. If you've never been, please make plans to be at Alexandria. That field is so close. The stands are so close. Their fan base is very passionate. And it'll be a good ball game. Do not know the score of the Alexandria-Jacksonville game as of yet, or the Pell City Leeds game.
I'm pulling it up right now, giving my phone a chance to load. A couple of plays that I want to point to on the defensive side of the ball is that 4th down sack caused by Cam Mallory, as well as Barack Willis. Barack Willis, he's got a nose for the football and he makes big plays. Also that pick from A.J. Madison towards the end of the game just to kind of seal the deal. This Blue Devil defense made some great adjustments and really turned it up in the second half. Give a shout out to that defensive line working hard in the trenches. Looks like the final score of the Jacksonville versus Alexandria high school football game is 45 Jacksonville, 14 Alexandria.
Wow. So Alexandria's 0-2. Very rare that happens.
It sure is. They're a tough football team to play against. I never really enjoyed lining up against that orange and black for Alexandria.
Let's go down to Willie with Coach Jake Gaines.
Coach, looks like you guys made some great adjustments there in the second half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought we came out and we definitely executed better. We protected the football, and we got a couple stops on 4th down right there and got a huge turnover on a special teams play. And, got to be more physical, got to win the turnover battle. You got to make a big play on special teams, and I think we're able to do that. But I'm proud of our guys. That's 2 games in a row. It hadn't just been easy. You've had to gut out these wins, and I'm telling you, it's going to pay off in November. And, obviously, again, we got so much to fix. I think we're better than what that score shows, but hats off to Coach Schmelly and what he's been able to do in just under a year. I mean, those kids played hard to the final whistle, and they've got a lot to be proud of, and that's a good football team, and they're going to continue to get better. But I'm proud of our guys. It's a lot different feeling after the Pell City game, and now I think the adversity with the weather is just a circumstance after a circumstance, and our kids are finding a way to dig their roots deep and win games.
Next week, we go into region play in a very famous stadium, old Lou Scale Stadium up in Alexandria.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I'm excited to go experience it myself. They always play hard, always well coached, and I know it's a tough place to win, so I'm really looking forward to seeing our kids in that atmosphere.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you. Go celebrate this win.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Willie, if you can, I know the team is meeting. I don't know how much time we have left on the air, but before we do sign off, I want to thank a lot of people that make this happen. Of course, thank you to Willie Strickland and Brett Staggs. Also to our engineer and producer, the man who gets here early. I'm talking 2:30 in the afternoon, folks, to set up, to scout out, to make sure we do our jobs, makes our job easier. That's Eric Parsons.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you for doing this, Eric. And also to our camera people. They're students at Moody High School, Mackenzie Smith and Jonathan Woods. Thank you for taking your time on a Friday night to be a part of the 411 Network. And we do thank you from the bottoms of our heart. Thank you for staying with us as we wait to get Blaine. Hopefully we can get Blaine and Cam Mallory. And after those guys, we'll call it a night. Again, the region play for the Blue Devils at Alexandria, Lou Scales Stadium. It'll be a fun night. We need to get that region win. Again, Leeds, I have a final for the Leeds Pell City game. Looks like Leeds won 30-23.
Yeah, and the Pell City football team transformed. Played 2 tough football games back-to-back. Haven't come away with a win yet. But it's a night and day difference between the squad they put out last year versus the squad they put out this year. So we're looking forward to that Leeds Green Wave game later on in the season. But now we turn our attention to Alexandria High School and the Valley Cubs.
So as the team's in their prayer circle, fans on the field, coaches' wives are on the field. A lot goes into production on a road game. People bringing all the equipment. Eric driving his truck down here with the equipment for the 411 Network. So it's a lot of behind-the-scenes activities to make this production work so we can bring it to you so you can enjoy it. We're waiting to get Blaine and Cam Mallory if Willie can find them.
Here's my boy.
All right, Willie, all you.
His teammates are enjoying him right now. Blaine, it didn't go your way last week. I'd say you made a great return this week.
You said, wait, I can't hear you. Say that again.
I said it didn't quite go your way last week, but I think you made a great return this week. What do you think?
Oh, yes, sir. I feel like I played well. I definitely could have done a lot of things better, but I'm just grateful to be back with my team.
You guys get to go on to the famous stadiums next week. First region game.
Yes, sir. We just got to keep our head on them. We got to play our best game. We got to go in, attack the week, and watch film and just get better throughout the week.
All right, big man. Go to the alma mater.
Love you too.
The Moody alma mater being sung by the cheerleaders, players, fans. It's a great sight to see.
Special tradition. Win or lose.
Willie, if you can grab Cam Mallory, we'll call it a night after that interview.
Let me see if I can find him.
I'll try to help you from up here.
I think he's right there talking to – yeah, I see him right there, Willie. He's talking about by Coach Campbell. He's walking this way. Oh, he's right there. You got him.
Willie, remember, hold that mic towards the middle for us.
All right, big fella. How you feeling? You guys on defense. Slow start, but you've got settled down, and you got things going.
Yes, sir. You know, I mean, we're built for moments like that. You know, our goal this year was to start fast this year. We're still working on that, but I like the way we picked it up and continue to play our solid defense, fast and physical.
Now, you're just a freshman.
Sophomore now.
Oh, he's a sophomore now. But you're still a big fella playing 5A football. How does that feel?
You know, it feels good. Got one of the best coaching staffs. You know, they prepare the games for us really good, and they make it easy for us to play fast.
Well, your defense is up for another task next week. You're in a region play. We're going to Alexandria.
Yes, sir. You know, we're going to watch some film, and we're just going to play our solid defense and stay on them. Oh no! Take that back. We're going to play our solid defense, and I like our chances against anybody.
I love the confidence.
I do
Thank
too.
you, big fella.
All right, Willie, thank you. All right, again, final score, Moody Blue Devils 31, Sylacauga Aggies 17. Again, thank you for watching. Again, next week, next Friday, we will be at Alexandria. Game will go live about 6 p.m. with our broadcast. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Look to have a big crowd, and hope you're watching again on the 411 Network. For myself, David Simpson, along with Brett Staggs and Willie Strickland, thank you for watching Moody Blue Devil football on the 411 Network.